is game time for the winningest college football program in the state of Indiana. It's the University of St. Francis Cougars on Pregame Radio. Now, live from the stadium with the voice of the Cougars, Joe Parsons, and the Pregame Radio sports team.
Top 10 matchup here today, northwest of the Windy City. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Parson. Glad you could join us for this very important meeting today in the Mid-States Football Association. Windy City, well named here today, as we have crosswinds out of the west today of around, well, they say 17 to 18 miles an hour, but gusting even higher. Trust me on that. We are located at the upper level of the press box here, adjacent, not indoors, but outdoors. We have an overhang, but open to these just tremendous gusting winds, and you'll hear them throughout the day in our headsets, unfortunately. St. Francis here at Morris Field to tangle with number 9 Robert Morris University. The Eagles are 5-1 overall and 2-1 in the Midwest League. They are coming back home after defeating nearby Trinity International last Saturday 41-12 behind a very balanced offense that saw RMU score the game's first 41 points, and meanwhile the Eagle defense sacked TIU quarterbacks 5 times. Cougars, meanwhile, they ran their unbeaten record to 7 straight games, beating Concordia University 48-7. Big plays once again were a keynote of the St. Francis season after a nearly fourth down stop, and after a fourth down stop and early in the second half, denying points to the Cardinals. USF covered 97 yards in just 2 plays, turning a 17-point lead into 24. Major test, though, first for St. Francis here today against Robert Morris today. Cougars won on this field a year ago. Can they do it again here today? Well, we'll find out, and we'll step out for a break and then check in with Cougar coach Kevin Danley and get his pregame thoughts on this windy day in the Windy City. This is Cougar football on Pregame Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
It's a basketball team for the God's Precious Event, and we're excited. It's a great American Drive event, and Ryan, we have lots of ways to save these folks money.
That's right, Matt. During our Big Finish event, we have 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2014 Dodge vehicles. That's Avengers, Chargers, Challengers, Darts, Grand Caravans, Journeys, and all-wheel drive Durangos.
It's truck month, too. Hey, Casey, tell them about incredible deals on these Ram trucks.
Matt, it is Ram truck month. Save to $9,500 off Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the 2014 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And if you need something with more muscle, how about $5,000 cash loan from the all-new heavy duties?
I like it. Hey, Ryan, what about those 2015 models?
Matt, now's the best time to buy those 2015s because they got rates as low as 2.9% for 84 months on all the Chrysler 200s, Town & Country minivans, Dodge Darts, and Dodge Grand Caravans.
And what about that Dodge Boy promise?
We're going to beat any competitor's price, guaranteed. Just finish your best deal from any Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram dealer, and we're going to beat it, guaranteed.
So come to the Dodge Boy deal on the giant American flag or jump online at GreenBookDodge.com.
Sir Morris.
Undefeated in the Mid-East League, and we are back with head coach Kevin Danley, and the Cougars still perfect on the year, 7-0 overall, undefeated in the Mid-East League, and now a big matchup, non-conference game today, if you will, coach, but very important, top 10 teams going at it. Your St. Francis Cougars number 7, and the Robert Morris Eagles, they are number 9, but coming off a nice win against Concordia a week ago at home, 48-7. You know, Concordia, that's the most points they've given up all season, and that speaks well for your offense where they're at right now.
Well, I think it speaks well for our team. We came up against some adversity early in the ball game. They had a score. We were down. Had to have some resiliency and fight back and took control of it again. So our defense did a great job getting the ball back to the offense. Offensively, we sputtered a little bit early. Wind was a little bit of a factor early. Got settled down and got control of the game. Had a goal line stand late. And then 2 plays later, we're in the end zone from 97 yards away, so that kind of cracked the nut.
You know, I want to go back to that sequence. It was the start of the second half, and they're driving. They've got the ball, as you mentioned, first and goal inside the 10. You stop them on 4 downs, take over. The good news, you take over the ball. Bad news, you got it at the 3. But I've never seen such a prolific answer. With 2 plays, you hit Seth Coate for 40 yards out to the 43-yard line from the 3-yard line, and then 57 yards. Cam takes the ball into the end zone. And, boy, that really just turned the game around, that sequence defensively and offensively.
It did, and, we practiced backed up last week. And, you have 2 approaches. You're going to grind it out and try to get the ball in position, get a first down or punt. Or you get bold and you throw it out of there with maximum protection and get one-on-ones with your best guys on theirs, which we did 2 times in a row. So
Let's talk about Robert Morris here today. Sun's coming out as we're speaking, and but the temperatures were in the low 60s at kickoff, but going down. But a jet stream wind, they're saying as much as 18-mile-an-hour crosswind out of the west. But this Eagles team, I think they're 3-1 on this field, Morris Field. They're coming in off a win last week and got a new quarterback, Byron Dawkins. They don't normally throw a lot necessarily, but he threw for over 200 yards a week ago. Break down the Eagles, what you see on film.
They're a ball control football team. They like to run it. They're going to play with 2, sometimes 3 tight ends. They have big, strong tailbacks. They want to shorten the game, give you a limited number of opportunities to touch the ball offensively, lull you to sleep on the back end and play action pass. They're an outstanding football team. They have great talent. They're loaded, probably the most talented secondary we've seen all year. They're outstanding defensive football team. I think 24 maybe is the most they've given up in a year or in a game. So they're going to be a challenge. Defense has got to get the ball back, and we got to do something with it when we get it because we may not have that many opportunities.
You mentioned their defense, Dante Johnson, very good linebacker core. We saw a little bit statistically at least.
Joe, they're talented up front at the line of scrimmage. You got a good linebacking core, and they're very athletic on the back end. I mean, they're not giving up 2 touchdowns a game for nothing. They're pretty solid.
Points of emphasis this week. What do you feel you got to do to win today?
Continue to do what we've been doing. Be aggressive. Be bold. Not be afraid to throw the football. Throw it because we want to throw it. At the same time, we got to protect our quarterbacks. You got to run the football effectively, defensively. You're going to be in a different kind of game. We're in some option responsibility type things last week, and now this is buckle it up because they're going to hit you in the mouth and keep coming at you.
Head coach Kevin Danley with his take on the matchup here this afternoon in Arlington Heights, Illinois, as we're just a stone's throw from O'Hare Airport, and you from time to time may hear the airplanes either on approach or taking off. You also hear the wind as it is going to be severe here today. Cougars at ranked number 7, as we mentioned. They're 7-0, 5-0 in the Mid-East League, so very well positioned as far as the league championship is concerned, but still one game in the league coming up in a couple of weeks out at Missouri Baptist. Cougars on the road, by the way, are 3-0 under head coach Kevin Downley in his 18th season. As far as Robert Morris University, the Eagles are ranked number 9. They're 5-1 overall. That ties them for second place in the Midwest League at 2-1 in the conference, and coached by Jared Williamson. He's in his 5th year. A year ago, the Eagles were 8-3. They finished dead even in the Mid-East League. They were 3-3. They switched over to the Midwest League this year. They started the season at 6-0 at the start of last year, and then they lost 3 of their final ball games. We will take another 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more. We get ready for the meeting at midfield, our coin toss, and getting this one underway. It's a top-ranked matchup, number 7 against number 9. Cougars at number 7 here on the road, just northwest of the Windy City in Chicago. And this is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Whether you fly a plane through the clouds or bake cookies with your kids, we want to give you more time to do what you love. Hi, this is Lisa Stauffer from First Federal Bank. Our checking accounts with online and mobile banking options let you do just that. Whether you're in the air or on the ground, ask us how you can get up to $150 when you open a new checking account and take advantage of these banking options. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
Welcome back, everybody, to Robert Morris Field here on the campus of Robert Morris University. I'm Joe Parson. We're in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and temperature right now, they say it's about 63 degrees. Falling temperatures, though, through the course of the afternoon, so this is about as warm as it's going to get. And winds out of the west-southwest, they tell us, at about 18 miles an hour, but the big factor, gusting winds. It'll be create a crosswind Winds from my back out towards the middle of the field. The field is laid out north to south, so it could be a big factor, and even some of the coaches and the staff were talking about how St. Francis loves to throw the ball, especially go vertical for those home run balls, and that could be a big factor here, not in a good way. Partly sunny skies. I'm going to downgrade that from it was pretty much sunny skies, but it, again, is clouding up to the west-southwest, so we do not expect rain, but we may have falling temperatures, and the winds are only going to get more severe, as they tell us. Other games today in the Mid-States Football Association. Taylor hosting Concordia. Siena Heights is home to Olivet Nazarene. Lindenwood Belleville, they're at USF Illinois. Missouri Baptist also on the road playing at St. Ambrose. A lot of crossover games in the Mid-States Football Association today. Cougars are idle next Saturday. No game. Their next home game will be on Saturday, November the 7th, 12 noon. They'll take on College of Faith. Tell you what, we're going to take another time out, and we'll get ready for the teams coming out, then the meeting at midfield, and we'll be back with kickoff here. It's Robert Morris University against your University of St. Francis Cougars. And this is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
This is Jason Sheffield. You want me to go into the...
let's get everything, the opening prayer out of the way. And I'll just fill.
When focuses on academics, service to the community, and participation in extracurricular activities, all while building on the foundation of our Catholic faith. Happy, our stately mascot, reminds us that we are all called to be saints. Call us at 260-496-4700 or visit us online at bishopbrenner.com to find out how you can become a Duaner saint.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Let us pray. As we gather in your name, O Lord, there are so many things for which we are grateful, for you have created us in your image and likeness, and you have filled us with gifts and talents and abilities. We thank you for the gifts that you have bestowed upon these athletes, their coaches, their parents, and their supporters. We ask you to bless this contest in which we show forth the beauty of creation by using our talents wisely. Help us always to use them for your greater honor and glory in a spirit of fairness and competition, so that this game may truly be a way of bringing to the world an awareness of you who are Lord forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Strap in and turn up the radio for hard-hitting, high-scoring USF Cougar football. Coach Kevin Donnelly joins Joe Parson and the Redeemer Radio sports team for one of the great traditions of Fort Wayne sports as we count down to the kickoff on Redeemer Radio.
Welcome back, everybody. Join us just in time. Crowd rising to their feet for the playing and singing of our national anthem. So our national anthem, very nicely done here by the Robert Morris University Marching Band. We're having some technical issues here going on with all the wind. Well, if you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mary Briscoe and Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? Call Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950. That's 260-486-9950. We are getting the co-captains making their way out to midfield. Bill Scott is out there, our sports information director at the University of St. Francis. And we'll see. Our referee today is Tony Lasik. So we're having the co-captains meeting. Let's go down to midfield, pick up the player introductions, and we'll get the coin toss.
For the coin toss with the captain for both teams and today's game referee, Tony Lasik.
Don't know that we're going to be able to pick that up.
Go have fun today.
Okay, we did not able to pick that up. And the wind going to be a problem in a lot of different ways. So we'll get ready for football. And glad you could join us here today. Windswept Arlington Heights, Illinois.
You're doing something, huh?
Well, so intent on trying to work out the technical issues that we will have to wait till the teams come out to clarify exactly who's going to be kicking off and who will be receiving. Do you know that the Cougars picked up their 7th straight victory of the season last Saturday at home, defeating Concordia University 48-7. The 48 points by the most points the Cardinals have given up this season. Also, the 7th straight time USF has scored 45 points or more in a game. They're averaging 52.6 points a ball game, which is number 3 among all NAIA football teams. It's also the best start since the 2010 season. That team for St. Francis won their first 8 in a row. St. Francis actually trailed 7-3 in the first quarter last week, then scored 45 unanswered points. As far as the Eagles are concerned, they won their 2nd straight game, both coming on the road. Last Saturday, they defeated Trinity International 41-12, the 41 points most scored by RMU this season. And their only loss this year came here on this field on September 26th. They lost to USF Illinois 24-14, so it's those Cougars from Fort Wayne, another USF team, trying to give them their 2nd loss on this Robert Morris field. It is going to be the Eagles getting the ball to start. They'll be returning from the north end zone to our left. And we'll see, and we're watching the teams practice punt catches, punt returns, and it is going to be tough. Ball knuckling, diving, and it's just going to be a real tough day. Mo Al-Mazari is back deep, one of the kick returners for Robert Morris, and we are just about ready. Here's a kick into Wren. The wind has caught that and is going to be caught, may have gone out of bounds. Let's wait and see. Are they going to rule it? It was actually caught back inside the 20, right at the sideline. So that's a bit of a mental mistake, because that was going to be a penalty, and it would be RMU's ball up around the 35. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 at the own 18-yard line. So we'll take a look at this Robert Morris University offense. An offensive line that goes 284, man tackle to tackle. Sal Arcio at center, Andrew Webster, Chris Edwards the guards, Andrew Brackenberry, and Corey Chanowski are the tackles. Janowski, a 6'3 senior at 290. A little motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Nikita Greer, and an angled run right side. Nothing there. As that's Gardner. Raheem Gardner leads them with 29 carries, 129 carries for 617 yards. That's 2nd best in the Mid-States Football Association. Also leads them with 5 touchdowns scored on the ground. He lost a yard. Carrington Thompson in there to make the stop. Good play also by Pearson Harnish. Byron Dawkins out of the pistol, looking to run the ball again, hands it off, and they'll test that left side between guard and tackle, and maybe get a yard and a half. Not much there. They'll spot the ball across the, let's mark it at the 17. It'll be 3rd down. No, call it no gain, so 3rd down and 11. On 3rd downs, last week, the Eagles were 6 of 13 against Trinity International for 46%. Trying to get out to their own 28-yard line on this snap of the football. Dawkins this time out of the shotgun formation. Protector to his left, wants to throw, looking, has time in the pocket, throws over the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver on the near side here. Looking downfield, but incomplete, so they'll go 3 and out. That ball is intended for Drew Richardson, senior wideout receiver. So we will see their punter, Ivan Sturmick, in to punt the ball away. He's punted 16 times. He's averaging 44 yards a punt. That's number 1 among all Mid-State Football Association punters. He waits for the snap inside the 5, back at the 4. He's got it, and the kick is up. It's a wobbly ball that will hit at about midfield, takes a high bounce, and boy, Cale Tabler just kind of froze on the play. May have dived a little bit after that first bounce. Looked like it was going to come directly to him, and he had backed away at the last minute. Nonetheless, it'll be very good field position for St. Francis. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. And the Cougars will work right to left. You can't say a team has got the wind with them or against them. It is a crosswind here today out of the west with this field laid out north to south. Cougars moving the football from right to left out of the south end zone. And if there's any saving grace on the left side hash mark as you are facing north, that wind may not be a big, tremendous factor. Now they come up, blitz from either side. Eagles, here's a running play up the middle, and they'll get a gain across the 40-yard line. Boy, a lot of pushing and shoving after the snap is over. Aaron Harris, we had 9 carries last week for 22 yards. Gets a yard. They'll mark it right at the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Get a feeling that with the wind conditions today, this may be a game that's determined by the ability of who can run the football. Cam Smith, Cody Appenzeller do split wide to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. Harris stays in as the running back. Blitz again being showed, zone blitz, defensive left side. Here's Ferreira, wants to throw, looks near side, and that one is wide and incomplete. Low, and intended for Southcote, but he was well covered. And that will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and long. Well, RMU went 3 and out their first series. And now the Cougars need 9 yards or they will be forced to punt. That covers by Deion Carter, who has 2 block kicks and leads them with 3 fumble recoveries. 2 safeties well back now. Ferreira checking that Eagle defense. And they're dropping off in coverage now as Ferreira, low snap, has got it. Looks, steps up in the pocket, he's going nowhere. He's sacked back at the 32-yard line. Coming through there and making the play, that was Kevin Steele. Had 1 tackle last week, also had an interception, so both teams going 3 and out their first possessions. And Josh Spitnail now will check into the game to punt the ball away. He's got 29 punts this year, averaging just under 37 yards a punt, has a long of 54, and he ranks 5th as far as Mid-States Football Association punters. 1 back in kick return, that's Montre Lee. Here's Spitnail, the kick is away, high, wobbly ball, fair catch is called by Lee, and he does, and boy, there was contact. Let's see, don't see a penalty flag down there. Boy, Lee did wave fair catch, and the Cougars made contact with him, but apparently no harm, no foul. So it'll be a little better field position now for the Eagles. They've got it at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10, moving from left to right. We have 12:18 remaining in this first quarter. We have no score. Jalen McIntyre and Cale Tabler are the safeties, and now they're switching up as McIntyre comes up in press coverage onto the right side. Pistol alignment, a little different look defensively now for St. Francis, this second possession by the Eagles, and they'll run the ball off tackle. There's a cut up the middle and a gain to the 25, maybe another yard to the 26-yard line. Raheem Gardner, he's a sophomore, 6-footer, 216 pounds. Last week against TIU had 17 carries for 81 yards. He did score 2 rushing touchdowns. Corey Rogers, we've not seen him yet in the ball game, but he came in last week, had 16 carries for 110 yards. So they've got a vaunted running attack. 2nd down and 8, a pickup of 2. Dawkins checks off a little bit, play clock, as soon as we can find, is down to 10. And the stretch handoff, and there's a sweep to the left side. And Raheem Gardner running out of bounds. He'll bring it across the 30 to about the 31, 32-yard line. One of the offensive linemen getting up a little bit slowly that's Corey Chanowski, the big senior tackle. So that'll leave them with third down and let's call it a short 4. As they try to get out across their own 35-yard line, right at the 35 to pick up this snap. Neither team has converted so far. 2 wideouts to the right side, including Jamar Stovall. He's up on the slot to the right side. Dawkins out of the gun now, wants to throw. Rush is coming, throws left side. That ball is caught but short of the first down. Or did they rule it a catch? Right about the stick. It will bring up 4th down and 2. And again, they'll play field position.
Brings up 4th down for the Eagles.
And Stormick will come on to kick this ball away. He'll wait back at his own 20-yard line. Eagles were short a man. Hustles onto the field now. We've got 10:56 remaining in this first quarter. Scoreless football so far. Stormick at the 20. Got the kick away. High, wobbly ball again. Cale Tabler trying to track that one down, but it's going to bounce and stay inbounds inside the 15, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So that one, the wind blew it away from Cale Tabler towards the Cougar bench, and he had to back away from it. And St. Francis now with their poorest Fields starting position of the day. Last series, they started at 39. This time they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. Waiting for the offensive unit to come onto the field. Got to be very, very careful with the play action passes here today. And this is a very good defensive unit. Eagles defense with 12 sacks. They had 5 of those last week against Trinity International. They've got 8 interceptions, 35 tackles for loss, 8 fumble recoveries, and 6 block kicks. From the 9, Ferrer wants to throw. Looking near side. Seth Coates has the ball. He had to react to that ball. The wind was blowing it away from him, and he gathers it in right around the 39-yard line. I mean, that was a great late reaction by Seth Coates. That ball was tailing away from him upfield, and he reached out and caught it on his fingertips and then absorbed a very big hit. But holds on, and just like that, at one key play, St. Francis with the improved field position, 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Ferrer now wants to hand the ball off. Here is Justin Green as he dances left side. Well, nearly a late hit there as one of the Eagles came in there late, but no harm, no foul, and Green picks up 3, maybe 4 yards out to about the 42-yard line. Well, it's the kind of day you can hear the wind, and it is only going to get worse, they tell us, with falling temperatures as well. Appenzeller and Smith, they're sent to the right side. In fact, it'll be an empty backfield now. Ferrer with 3 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. 2nd down and 6. Zone blitz coming from the linebackers. Everybody's coming. Quick throw near side. Coates got it. Needs a couple of yards. He's going to come up short. He caught the ball right about his own 47, 48-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down call. 3rd and about 2. Cougars on 3rd downs last week were 4 of 14 only for 29%. But still on the year, they're 39 of 91 coming in to start the ball game at 43%. That's 2nd best in the MSFA. They want to run the ball. Green looking for running room. He's not going to find it. He's going to lose yardage. Back around his own 43-yard line. So good pursuit. They fly to the football, and led by Dante Johnson, the 215-pound junior linebacker, at 5 tackles last week.
Number 90, Josh Spitnail on a punt formation for the Cougars.
He's got 1 interception, 5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and that'll bring Spitnail in to punt the ball away once again. Waits at his own 30. Needs a good snap and got it. No rush. The kick is away. Nice hanging kick. Again, Lee calls fair catch, and he's got it as he takes it at about the 27-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles as they'll try once again with 8:40 remaining in a scoreless ball game here in this matchup of top 10 ranked teams in the NAIA. Boy, we can feel that chill now beginning to set in. Started out about 63 degrees here, probably down maybe if not 60, maybe in the upper 50s already. In fact, here in Chicago, they were saying on television maybe dropping down into the 40s later on tonight. Empty backfield now for the Eagles. And they got motion out of it, right to left behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Dawkins, and looking for a quick throw near side. That one's caught. And they're running for a first down across the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. Quick slant pattern. Anthony Burgos is a 5'10 junior. And that's his 9th catch of the year. Came in with 8 catches for 66 yards. But the first conversion of the ball game for the Eagles, and they've got 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Now they'll bring a running back in there. High snap, but they run to the left side. Here's Gardner trying to pick his way, and he's into the second level. He's across the 45 and all the way up to midfield that time. Cale Tabler came up and made the stop, but not before. It's a very good field position now for the Eagles. They've got it at their own 49-yard line. Nothing tie here. Nick Sanzeri checks into the ball game. Use him as a blocking back in a power set, and it'll be offset eye to the left side with Sanzeri is the up back in that eye. Gardner's been doing all the running. They'll give it to him again up the middle, looking to pick his way, and he's up across midfield into Cougar territory down to about the 47. Ball pop free, and now a little pushing and shoving once again. Officials late coming into that pile. It's going to be a gain of about, let's see where they're going to mark that ball, at the USF 48-yard line, just outside the 48. That was a gain of 4, second down and 6. You get a feeling a lot of emotion in a game like this one between top 10 ranked teams. Dawkins sets up out of the pistol and wants to throw, play action fake, looking, takes a look, throws over the middle. He's got a man downfield. That one sails too long, intended for Montre Lee. He also sensed he wasn't going to have a chance. He's a 5'9 junior. That ball, wind pushed it just away from him, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Eagles trying to reach the Cougar 41-yard line on this snap of the football. Clock stops on the incompleted pass with 7 minutes, 10 minutes time remaining in this opening quarter. It's been kind of a game of field position, if you will, but not much gained either way. Christian Johnson, Jeffrey Jones in there, the inside beef at tackle position defensively for St. Francis. Here comes Dawkins wanting to throw over the middle. He's got to catch. Nothing, though, after that. Pearson Harnish finished off the play. Montre Lee at 5'9", gathered it up, but it'll be 4th down. It looks like they're going to hurry up and try to get a play off here and keep the offensive unit on the field. And they've got too many men on the field, but they get them off in time. Empty backfield now. And maybe they're just coming with a hard count trying to draw St. Francis offside. Still 18 on the play clock, so Dawkins has got plenty of time to decide if he's going to run a play or if this is just going to be trying to draw St. Francis off to get the first down. It's 4th down and 4 at the USF 44-yard line. Dawkins going to run a play. He takes the snap, throws quickly, and bounced it in there, incomplete. And that is going to be a 4th down stop. Boy, Lucas Sparks came in and nailed Dawkins after he delivered that ball. So the Cougars get a 4th down stop, and they'll take over the football at their own 44-yard line.
The Cougars take over on downs at their own 44-yard line.
So the Cougars, they've had one big pass so far, the Seth Coate, but other than that, they've not had a great success at moving the football. Justin Green will stay in as the running back now. And let's see if they're going to bring in Gegner. I believe Zach Gegner as the little power back up on the left wing. And the play action fake, here's Ferrer wanting to throws. He's got Seth Coate downfield, but this one overshoots him by about 2 yards. Very, very tough day that a lot of your usual measurements and gauges you use with throwing the ball and receiving the football just are going to be literally blown out the window today. 2nd and 10 with the ball back to the 44-yard line. Monte McDowell's checked in as one of the wideouts now in the Cougar offensive line. It averages .280 a man. Ryan Gegner at center, Zach Menardo and Gus Hancock the guards. Keegan Bruner, Alex Woods are the tackles. 2 wide to the right, and McDowell split wide to the left side. Out of the pistol again, blitz is coming, stretch handoff. Here's Green running room up the middle. He's got a first down and much more as he brings it down inside the 45 of the Eagles to the 43, maybe the 42-yard line. Justin Green high-stepping his way. They do spot that ball just outside the RMU 43-yard line. But one of the best runs of the day by St. Francis now as they're into Eagle territory again. Appenzeller sets up in the slot to the right side. Split wide of him is Cam Smith. Gegner stays in on the left wing as a blocking back. They'll give to Green again, looking for a hole. Feels his way, angles left, got down to inside the 42, close to the 41. In fact, just outside the 40-yard line is where they spot that football. Call it a gain of 2. Now they move the ball back to the 41-yard line. One official had the foot just outside the 40. Another official comes in, puts the ball back at the 41. Tony Lazick is our referee here today. And it's 2nd down and 8. Inside of 5.5 minutes. Time remaining in the opening quarter. Game moving right along as now Aaron Harris checks back into the backfield as the running back. Ferreira wants to throw though. Looks pump fake. Now throws left. He's got Coate all alone. He's got the catch and he's got a touchdown. He beat the coverage. So it will be a 41-yard touchdown. Cougars do go vertical. And it is Nick Ferrer finding with his 27th NAIA leading touchdown pass. And Seth Coate on the receiving end. That's his 11th touchdown catch. 41 yards on the touchdown strike. And it's 6-0 in favor of USF here at the 5:05 mark. Now extra points can also be a kind of a premium. Ryan Nix, who was 6 for 6 last week, and he is 45 of 50 on the year, trying to give the Cougars a 7-0 lead. Waiting for the snap, right-footed kick is on the way. It's long enough. Is it accurate? It is. So we have a timeout here at Robert Morris Field, and the Cougars go up top. And it's Ferrer to Coate to give them the lead, 7-0 with a timeout at Morris Field. And this is Cougar football on the road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hi, Charlie Momper here from Momper Insulation. It's never too late to add insulation. You'll be amazed at the results when our Momper professionals retrofit your walls and attics with high-quality insulation. When we're finished, you'll stay warmer and hopefully save money on your heating bills as well. Momper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Call today at 432-7543.
Back in Arlington Heights, I'm Joe Parson. Glad you could join us today. Windswept Arlington Heights. Help support your Catholic parish or school and help yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them online at ndelevate.com to learn more. Good start for the Cougars now. They'll kick the ball away. Driving kickoff against the wind. That's going to go deep into the end zone. Lee will take a knee. Boy, Nix nailed all of that one. So that will put RMU 1st and 10 at the Eagle 25-yard line. 5:05 remaining in this first quarter. Cougars have grabbed the early lead. Both teams kind of stalemated early with 3 and outs.
25-yard line.
And then really a failed 4th down bid by RMU in Cougar territory gave them decent field position. And a couple plays later, Ferrer with a pump fake and then hitting Seth Coate deep, and he ran the last 5 or 6 yards into the end zone untouched to give St. Francis now a 7-0 lead. 1st and 10, Byron Dawkins in at quarterback, looking to see what he can do for the Eagles. Now checks off, play clock at 13. He's still got plenty of time. Looks again, they're going to reposition the running back. I believe that's still Raheem Gardner in there. Offset to the right side, they hand the ball to him. Wants to run to the right, runs into Pearson Harnish. Also runs into Matt Muncy, trying to fight his way for a yard, maybe out to about the 26-yard line.
Tackled on the play by number 51, Matt Muncy, and number 9, Pearson Harnish. 2nd down for the Eagles.
It'll be second down. Now they're going to bring in that blocker, Nick Sanzari, offset to the left side in the eye. Play action fake, though, and Dawkins wants to throw the ball. Has got a man out there, and again, that one, the wind pushed it away from the intended receiver, Jameer Stovall. So it's going to be incomplete and third and long now for the Eagles. Once again, third down and 9. For the year, starting the ball game, the Eagles 35 of 106 on third down chances for 33%. They would have to get the ball out to their own 35-yard line. 4:31 remaining in this first quarter. Cougars bringing in some new numbers also. We'll check some of those. It's one of them's Jordan May. Third down and 9. Dawkins out of the gun. 3 wide to the left side. Wants to throw, looks left, throws left, puts one up high, and that one sails into the Cougar bench. Wind sailed that one away. So to bring up fourth down, and once again, the Eagles will have to punt the ball away, and they've got a good one in Sturmick, who leads the MSFA, averaging 44 yards a punt, and he's got a long this year of 62 yards. Well, we apologize for all the wind getting into the broadcast today. We're doing our best. I've got a jacket on with a hoodie trying to keep it shielded the microphone. Here's the snap. Sturmick got the kick away high, short, end over end. Wynn holds that one up. Takes an Eagle bounce, though, inside the Cougar 35, and will roll down to about the 31. So St. Francis, last time they touched the ball, they scored offensively, and they'll try to add to their 7-0 lead with just 4 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Cougars idle next Saturday. They'll take the week off. Back at Darcy Stadium on November the 7th, they'll take on College of Faith. That's a change in your schedule. Team that they were supposed to play out of Virginia is evidently not playing football. And Kevin Donnelly got a hold of one of the teams that they were supposed to play against, and that's College of Faith, and they're coming in on the 7th of November to Fort Wayne. Stretch handoff. Here's a run to the left side, and not much running room this time. Tyrone Young looking for some running room, but not finding a whole lot to work with. Kevin Steele made the stop for the Eagles. No gain on that play. Second down and 10. Young stays in as the running back, lined up behind and offset a little bit to the left side behind Nick Ferrer. Let's see if he tries to throw the ball now. Wind easing up. Rush is coming. Here's a dump over the middle. McDowell's got the catch, and he's got a first down as he's just short of first of midfield up to the USF 47, 48-yard line. Monte McDowell has been silent of late. He had several big plays, big catches for the Cougars in the first several ball games of the year. That's just his 7th catch of the season. He does have one touchdown catch. He'll stay in wide to the left side. Cougars have got 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Ferrer now with improving field position and a new set of downs to work with. The rush is coming. He got rid of the ball late and throws it away. At time kind of in the direction of Cam Smith. Alex Woods rotating back to try to protect his quarterback and comes up limping a little bit, trying to shake it off, kind of hands on knees, bend over a little bit. And it'll be second down and 10 with just over 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. This time McDowell splits wide to the right side. Seth Coate is split wide to the left. He's got Nick Tennant defending on him. They come up in press coverage. Ferrer taking a look now, and they want to run the ball. Dancing, here is Young, keeping his balance, fighting as he moves off of a would-be tackle. It got the midfield and down to about the 46-yard line of Robert Morris. So it'll be third down and let's call it 4. Cougars trying to get to about the 42-yard line. Ball is at the 46-yard line. Nose of the football just inside the 46. Third down and 4. USF works from the right side hash mark. 3 wide to the left side. Seth Stewart out of that motion to the right. And here's Ferrer. Throws a bullet pass, and he's got a catch at the 35-yard line, giving ground, but getting the first down was Cam Smith. He caught that ball at about the 32-yard line, but trying to evade a would-be tackle. Gave ground back outside the 35, but they'll move the chains. First and 10, so the Cougars on the march once again with the clock moving inside 2.5 minutes late in this first quarter, trying to add to their 7-0 lead. Too wide to the right, play action fake. Ferrer in trouble and sacked. That time the lineman got him. It was Ian Riggs, who has 7 tackles last week, has had a sack against TIU, 3 tackles for loss, and that'll move the ball back outside the Eagle 40-yard line to the 43.
Brings up 2nd and 17 for the Cougars.
Eagles with a very good job at pressuring the quarterback. The plays have to be quickly executed. Harris comes back in as the running back. 2nd down and long, 2nd and 17. Too wide to the right. Short drop. Here's Ferrer, steps up, pumps, now throws near side. Coates got the catch at the 31. That'll get a lot of that lost yardage back, but it will bring up 3rd down. They'll mark that ball at about the 32. We'll see where they set it down. Yes, just outside the 32-yard line. And 3rd down and 6 coming up for St. Francis. Against Concordia, as we mentioned last week at home, Cougars did not fare well on 3rd downs, just 4 of 14 for 29%. They've got to get to just inside the 27-yard line on this snap. Unless it's 4 down yardage area. Here's Ferrer, wants to throw again, and boy, that time Coate was bumped on the play, but Mo Almazari came over and had the coverage, so it'll be 4th down and decision now for Kevin Donnelly. Will they bring in the punt team?
Brings up 4th down for the Cougars.
It looks like they are going to try to run a play. Incompletion stops the clock with 1:06 remaining in the quarter. Seth Stewart remains in the ball game. Sean Boswell comes in. He'll be in the slot to the right side. Cam Smith split wide of him. Cougars need 6. 6 yards right now. They lead at 7-0. Ferrer, short drop, looks, and sacked again. So it will be RMU, and they're going to have great field position at the 40-yard line. Ferrer just took too long back there. 3rd sack today by RMU. And it'll be a 4th down stop for the Eagles. Cougars had one earlier and turned that into a touchdown. So the Eagles will have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Referee today is Nick Lazig, and was there a penalty because the officials are getting together? Do not see a yellow piece of laundry on the field.
55 seconds on the game clock.
Oh, the clock kept running. They want to reset the clock to 55 seconds. It showed 40. By the way, I've got some good news for Cougar fans. Jarrell Holman is back in now. Been battling a concussion protocol, but he's back in there at right cornerback now. Kevin Donnelly said that he is available. They hope not to use him, but he's out there right now. He must have stated a strong case. Motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. They want to run the ball, and boy, here's a backside tackle made right at the 40-yard line. And let's check that. That's a great move by Carrington Thompson. Came across from his right defensive end position untouched and was able to wrap up on Gardner from behind. Or is that Barrington Thomas in there now as the running back? I believe it's the latter case. Stovall's in. He'll be sent wide to the left. They call it a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. Dawkins with the running back lined up. Lee, here's a misdirection run, and into the second level. That is Gardner, as he brings it out just short of midfield to his own 48-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down. I don't believe we're going to get another play off unless they try to quickly snap it. We're down to 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Eagles line up in a hurry. 3rd down and 2. Dawkins taking a look. We're down to 2 and we're down to 1, and we'll go to the second quarter. So after 1 here at Robert Morris Field, the 41-yard touchdown pass from Ferrer to Coate has been the only score so far today, and the Cougars, ranked number 7, have got a 7-0 lead over homestanding Robert Morris. We'll be back with the second quarter. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Want low mortgage payments? With mortgage rates still near
Run those 230s
now
right.
may be the right time to copy that.
refinance your current one. This is Dan Fico from First Federal Bank. I will work with you one-on-one to find the perfect financing solution for you. After all, we're better together. Contact me, Dan Fico, at 260-489-4621 or visit us on the web at first-fed.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Get ready for the second quarter. Welcome back to Arlington Heights, Illinois. Joe Parson with you. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Ball's at the Eagle 48-yard line. Dawkins now out of the pistol, running from right to left to give to Gardner straight ahead. I don't know if he got there. They wrapped up on him short of the 50-yard line, but second effort may have gotten it. Depends on the spot of the ball. Let's see where they're going to mark it. And close enough for a measurement. From here, they've got the ball squarely at the 50, it looks to be, and the referee, Tony Lasik, said, hey, I've got places to go. It's a first down. Let's not bother. Let's not take the time. Move the chains. 1st and 10 right at midfield. Cougars had 112 total offensive yards in that first quarter. Eagles with 56. Cougars were just 1 of 4 on 3rd downs. Eagles were 0 for 4. Now they've got 1st and 10. Dawkins wants to throw. Dumps it off near side. Here's a run to 45-yard line. Nice spin play after a missed tackle, but Carrington Thompson cleaned that up as that ball was caught. And Corey Rogers is in the ball game now. Remember, he ran for 110 yards last week, scored a touchdown, 16 carries. And on the catch, that is his 4th of the year, he picks up 6 yards. Now the Eagles trying to up the tempo just a little bit now. Stretch handoff to Rogers again, trying to sweep to the right side, and escapes and falls forward. He's a little guy, and the Cougars got caught reaching that time. McIntyre looking for some instructions. Rogers is just a 5'5 junior, 145 pounds. Comes up a couple of yards short. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Eagles, moving from right to left.
3rd down for the Eagles.
Nashawn Lewis limping a little bit, coming off the field, far side now. Pearson Harsh also out of the ball game. Early moments of this second quarter, 13:39 on the clock. 7-0 is our score. St. Francis has scored. Nick Sanzeri, the power back, will come in for blocking purposes now. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Eagles after today, they travel downstate. Next Saturday, they'll take on Lindenwood Belleville. Offset eye to the left side. Sanzeri's the blocking back. Play action fake. They want to throw, and here's a ball overshot. They were looking for their tight end, their senior 6'6 tight end, Tyler Warden, who has 17 catches on the air. Penalty flag, personal foul. Oh, that's an offensive foul.
15-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That goes against one of the linemen. Andrew Brackenberry called for a personal foul. It was going to bring up 4th down and 2. The Cougars, I believe, are going to accept that penalty. That'll move them back to the Eagles side of midfield to their own 43-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down, but 3rd down and very long. Mark it at the 43, too wide to the right. They've got to get to the St. Francis 40 on this snap. Here's Lee, motion to the near side, to the wide side of the field. Now he comes back, and here is Dawkins. The rush is on, throws over the middle, tip ball in the air, and that it's nearly picked off. K.O. Tabler laid out for it. One of the linemen, I think it was Thompson, that tipped the ball in the air. It hung for a moment, but instead it'll be an incomplete pass. And once again, Sturmick will come on to punt the ball away for RMU.
Number 99, Ivan Sturmick on a punt formation for the Eagles. Number 2.
Sturmick with 3 punts in that first quarter, and he averaged nearly 48 yards a punt. He had a long of 57. Waiting for the snap at his own 28. Rush is coming, got it away. Nice high sailing kick. And the Cougars, that's caught by Boswell. He's wrapped up immediately and dropped back inside the 20, back around the 16-yard line. But he wasn't afraid of that high ball, and now we've got one of the Eagles down that in on the tackle, so there's going to be an injury timeout here at Morris Field. We have 12:56 remaining until intermission. St. Francis on a 41-yard pass play from Ferrer to Cote have got the lead at 7-0. While we've got a moment, I want to remind everybody Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&O Electric, specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community. H&O Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. It's an easy number to remember. That's 260-357. It's easy if I can say it correctly. Let's try it again. 260-357-0123. So the Eagle that was shaken up on that play coming off the field, that was Deion Carter. And he's one of the defensive backs. By the way, some update information. Spencer Coward, if you caught our broadcast last week, was ejected in the ball game in the second half. He is not allowed to play in the first half of this ball game. He will be eligible to come in and play at the start of the second half. Spencer Coward's been just a huge, huge part of the Cougar defensive effort this year. Now Ferrer, 1st and 10 with the ball back at the USF 16-yard line. Waiting for the snap out of the pistol. He's got two wide to the right. A little motion now by Seth Stewart from left to right, and they'll hand the ball off. Here's a run right side. Justin Green knifes across the 20-yard line and dives up to about the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. So Justin Green, who led the Cougars in carries last week and ran for 61 yards, averaged over 6 yards a carry, scored a rushing touchdown. And he'll pick up 6 yards on that last carry. Seth Coate back in wide to the left. They're playing real off of him now. And here is a handoff once again. Green angling to the left. Got running room. He's into the second level across the 30-35. Sideline left and runs out of bounds. Across the 40-yard line up around the 41, 42-yard line. I think they're going to give him more yards than that, up to the 44. So a good run that time. Angled run off to the left. Good play by Justin Green, and just like that, Cougars now getting a very good field position. And they've got it at their own 44. They break out of the huddle, come up the line of scrimmage. Coach stays in. He's split wide to the short side to the left, two wide to the right. Motion now a little bit by Seth Stewart again. And here is the rush coming. Here's a throw over the middle, and that's a drop ball. Green tried to turn and run.
Career's pass is incomplete. Intended for number
Boy, one of the rushers that time, great reaction. I think that was Chris Waldenberger, one of the linebackers, was coming up on Ferrer, and he sensed immediately that was going to be a screen. And just changed directions. He was ready in the Cougar backfield and got right in the vicinity of Green right about the time that ball arrived. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10. From the left side hash mark, works Ferrer. Green stays in as the running back. Short drop, looking to throw, pump fake, steps up and spun around and dropped again. They sack him back at the Cougar 36. You just do not have that long. Cougars, I know, want to concentrate on trying to go vertical.
Brings up 3rd and
so it'll be 3rd down after the loss. Ball back at the 37-yard line. They've got to get to the 46 of RMU. Eagles dropping 3 safeties back now, 3 deep. One of the corners comes up on press coverage. Now they drop him off. Well, that was against Coate. So Ferrer wanting to throw again. Looking and scrambling and wrapped up and dropped again. Just does not have that kind of time for that kind of length with that many people dropping back into coverage. And another Eagle is down on his stomach. So the 4th down and even longer, but we're going to have an officials timeout for the injury situation with the Eagle defender.
4th and 23 for the Cougars.
Tell you what, while we've got a moment, and they tend to the injured Robert Morris player, we have 10:52 remaining in this first half. 7-0 our score in favor of St. Francis. Let's pause for this 30-second timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
Cougars ready to punt the ball away. Spitnail's in, waits for the snap out around his own 18-yard line. Lee is back in punt return. Here's the snap, rush is coming, kick is away. Nice, high, wobbly ball. Lee will run with this at the 33. Starts right, cuts left up the middle. Found a seam, gets to the 40, maybe to the 41. He does. So, decent field position again for Robert Morris as the offensive unit will come back onto the field. 1st and 10, Eagles moving right to left. They've lost just once so far this year, and that was on this field back in late September. USF Illinois beat them 24-14. Now they've got one wide either side of the field. Again, they go with a power I. Offset to the right. They'll run the ball, and there's nothing there. St. Francis came pouring through. That was Christian Johnson, but he had a lot of help. Lucas Sparks was there coming to seal off the play as well. That's a loss back inside the 40, back to the 38-yard line. A loss of 3, maybe 4 yards. Clock will move inside of 10 minutes now before this snap of the football. New numbers coming in. Tony Buenrostro comes in as one of the wideouts. He comes wide to the left side. Wilmer Cole will have the coverage on him. Now the Cougars drop back into coverage. Here is Dawkins trying to set up the screen. Drops it near side. He's got blockers in front. Cut by the 40, 45, 50. Here's Raheem Gardner. And all the way into Cougar territory, near side, stepped out of bounds at the 43-yard lines. Got a first down if it stands up. Is there a penalty flag?
There's a penalty mark.
Looks like it's coming back. Eagles backing up. Tony Lasik talking to the head linesman. Holding the call against the Eagles. That will wipe out the big gainer that time. Tyler Warden, their 6'6" tight end, got caught with a hold. Looking at the penalties coming into the ball game today. Eagles averaging about 94 yards a game in penalties. Last week, despite the win, they had 10 penalties for 101 yards. Cougars averaging 74.6 yards a game in penalties. In their win against Concordia, they had 9 penalties for 87 yards. So the loss will move the ball back to the 33-yard line. It'll be second down and 19. Trying to get to the USF 48. Now 3 wide to the right. And here is Dawkins, drops the throw. Looking to throw and hit by Sparks, came in untouched. He beat the guard at that time, Brackenberry. And the Cougars register a sack. And that'll move them back even further, back to the RMU 26-yard line. So now it'll be third down.
Brings up 3rd and 26.
26. 3rd and 26 with the ball at the RMU 26-yard line. Trying to reach the Cougar 48. Check the wideouts. Stovall checks in. He's the lone wide to the right side. Wilmer Cole comes up in press coverage on him. They want to run the ball. Here's Gardner. Angling to his left. Got to the 30, 31-yard line. Maybe another yard to the 32. That's going to be it, though. And it'll be 4th down and long. Lee Stewart came in and had a hand on the tackle.
Number 99, Avon Sturmick.
So Sturmick, hoping his strong leg can pin the Cougars back. Tabler back with Sean Boswell, wait inside the USF 30-yard line. Here's the snap, good delivery. Rush is coming, kick is away, end over end. That one, Tabler has it and hit immediately, dropped, and there's a penalty flag thrown. Let's see what that one's going to be about. Thrown by the side judge.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
That one came right about the time that punt was caught. So let's see if that's going to penalize, if it's going to go against St. Francis. Tony Lazick, our official. It is a walk-off against the Cougars. They're walking off. We've not seen the indication. They'll take the ball back inside right to the 20-yard line. Generally a block in the back, but still no indication.
On return, block in the back, number 10, on the receiving team. 10 yards, first down.
It does go against St. Francis, the block in the back. Well, he called out Brad Jarzab's number, the offending party for St. Francis.
Penalty, the Cougars will start 1st and 10.
And it'll be 1st and 10, USF from their 20-yard line, leading at 7-0, under 8 minutes time remaining in this first half. Cougars will get the ball to begin the second half. Their lead 7-0. Motion now, Seth Stewart, left to right behind the line of scrimmage, trying to block. Here's a run. Green. Nice move across the 25. Brings it out to about the 27-yard line. Quick hitting play off to the right side. Cam Smith delivering a block out there as well.
2nd and 1 for the Cougars.
That's a gain of 9 by Justin Green. Green's numbers in the first quarter, by the way, had 4 carries for 14 yards. P.J. Dean had 1 carry for 6. Aaron Harris 1 carry for 1 yard. Ferrer was 6 of 10 for 113 yards and the 41-yard touchdown. They want to run the ball, but not much there for Green. Gets up to about the 29, maybe close to the 30-yard line. Only needed a yard, and it depends on the spot whether they're going to rule that a conversion. They do not. It's just across the 29. So 3rd down and short coming up. About the length of a football is what St. Francis needs. Green stays in as the running back. He's now lined up behind Ferrer, a little bit off to the right side. Now they come up. Here's Green looking to, and he's hit right away and reaches forward. And let's say they're going to say the knee hit well back around the 27, so he's going to lose yardage, and it'll bring up 4th down and even longer. 4th and at least about 2.
96, Ian Riggs.
Well, they only move him back a yard on that spot, but Coach Donnelly's going to bring in the punt team. Barring a fake, remember last week against Concordia, Spitnail threw on 4th down and kept the drive alive and led to a touchdown.
Formation for the Cougars. Number 80, Montre Lee.
It's 4th down and a long yard. Let's see if they try to come with a hard count, trying to draw the Eagles off. Spitnail waiting for the snap. They do snap the ball to him. The kick is away. Nice high ball, wobbly ball. Lee is going to make the catch, and apparently called fair catch at the 31. So that is where the Eagles go back to work offensively. 5:49 remaining in this second quarter. Still just the one score today. The 41-yard touchdown Ferrer to Seth Coate that has given them a 7-0 lead. Eric Himmelgarn has come in as one of the defensive linemen for St. Francis now. Cougars going to position 5 down linemen now, trying to concentrate on stopping the run. Let's see if Gardner's the one back, play action fake. They want to throw the ball. Here's Dawkins down the middle of the field, and that one's incomplete, and there's a penalty flag. That ball, I know, they're gonna ring up Tabler for the penalty. Ball was intended down midfield. I don't think it was catchable. It goes against Tabler, and they'll give him the first down on it. I think that was Montre Lee. He was trying to move back to his inside and ran into Tabler, who's whistled for the penalty. That'll move the ball out to the 46-yard line now, and 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Both teams with all of their 3 timeouts remaining. Lee stays in, split wide to the near side. That's the left. And here's Dawkins with a hard count, and there was movement, but they ruled no encroachment by St. Francis. Dawkins now backs out, play clock at 9, and we're at 8. Running back now, they shift him off the left side. Dawkins wants to throw again, looking, throws down, he's got the lead, and that one sails wide again. Trailing Nishan Lewis had the coverage, but if the throw had been on target, they would have had Montre Lee with a chance for a great catch in the red zone. Incomplete pass sets up second down and 10. Eagles working right to left. Now Dakota Greer comes in. Dakota Greer, I should say, 6'3" senior. He goes to 25. They use some of those big guys as blocking backs, but they're going to split him out as a wide receiver now. One back look. And Byron Dawkins again looking to his left now, barks out the signals, hands it off, stretch run to the left side. There's running room for Gardner. Angles out of bounds as he got it into Cougar territory down to about the 46-yard line. That'll be short of the first down by about a couple yards. Third down, let's call it 3 actually. Third down and short, 5:31 remains in the half. So a key call. The Eagles were 0 for 4 on third downs in the first quarter. Lee split wide to the right side. Stovall comes in. He's up on the slot to the wide side to the right. And Dawkins again looking to the near side. They're going to shift Gardner back into the one-back position, lined up directly behind. They'll hand the ball to him, running off tackle left. It spins to the 45. I don't think he got to the spot. He did cross the 45, but just inside the 45. Looks to be short by about the length of a football. Remember, the Eagles gambled on fourth down earlier, and that set up the Cougars with good field position and led to the touchdown. They'll gamble once again. They need about the length of a football. Dawkins continues to stare near side to the Eagle bench, wanting to make sure he's got the play call. Play clock is at 11 and at 10. Dawkins will it give to Gardner? He does, off tackle to the right, and he's got the first down. Got inside the 44-yard line, close to the 43, so Gardner converts on the fourth down call. Several of the Eagles slow getting up, including Gardner. But they'll move the chains, and now with 4:26 remaining, the Eagles have a new set of downs to work with. They'll work first and 10 at the USF 44-yard line. Most of the football just inside the 44. Same set with 2 wide to the right side and Dawkins to throw. Screens the ball near side and running room. That time it was Corey Jones once again. He's one of those Smurf backs they've got. As he's 5'5", 145, he picks up a couple of yards. Cougars reacted very well and prevented anything significant that time as Kristen Johnson wrapped up on him after a gain of 2. Hurry-up offense now for the Eagles. Clock at 3:47, time remaining. They've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Dawkins gives ground, wants to throw near side's got a catch. And coming out of the backfield once again, that was Corey Jones. He only had 3 catches on the year, and that's his second catch today. McIntyre comes up and makes the tackle, and they'll have third down and 2 coming up. So the Eagles trying to put something together in the late going with 3:34 remaining until intermission. Dawkins, a 201-pound senior quarterback. Lee comes into the game, split wide to the right side. They bring Sanzeri back in, offset to the left. The up back in the eye, and they'll give to Corey Jones, and he comes away and slipped away from everybody. They couldn't find him, and fights his way down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. He was stood up outside the 30, but nobody really wrapped up on him, and he just slipped off to the right side. And when you're 5'5" and you scooch down, they can't find you. Now they'll bring Raheem Gardner back in as the running back. First and 10 at the USF 27-yard line. Offset to the left side is Gardner, but Dawkins wants to throw, looking to screen the ball. They've got it set up again. And running room at the 25 to the 20 and a chance to score as Gardner's down inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds.
Shoved out of bounds by number 51, Matt Muncie.
Cannot tell here on the near sidelines where they're going to spot that ball. Looks to be somewhere around the 5. So Cougars will take a timeout right here with 2:49 remaining, trying to protect the 7-0 lead. When we come back, it'll be first and goal for the Eagles at the St. Francis 5-yard line. We'll step out for a break. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OME and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthome.com.
Back at Robert Morris Field, I'm Joe Parson. We're in Arlington Heights, Illinois. The temperatures continue to drop. Started at 63 degrees. We're down into the 50s now. People with jackets on. We had sunshine earlier, not now. Eagles, especially this series, have been having some success with their screen passes. That time Gardner had a chance to score, but stopped, went out of bounds at the 5.
At the 5-yard line.
And they're going to bring Barrington Thompson in. He's a 195-pound sophomore as the running back. Sanzeri lines up offset at actually in the backfield as a protector to the right. Here's a quick throw, and that one is caught for a touchdown. And that's Tyler Warden on a 5-yard touchdown catch. He had 3 catches last week. It is his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. And they're a conversion away from tying this ball game up. So they had it first and goal, 1 play, 1 5-yard touchdown.
Franklin on to attempt the point after touchdown.
Time of the score, 2:45. And the extra point coming up. Brian Franklin on to try to, he's not missed this year, 15 for 15. Right-footed kick is on the way, and it is good. So it caught the left upright, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. 7-7 tie here in northwest side of Chicago, and we'll step out. This is Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Looking to finance your education, a new car, your first home? Whatever your next big move is, 3 Rivers can help. 3 Rivers believes that everyone has the power to achieve financial success, and that's why we provide our community with the tools, guidance, and services needed to make it happen. So, what's next on your bucket list? Start your relationship with 3 Rivers today so you can reach your goals tomorrow. Learn more at 3riversfcu.org.
So the Cougar lead is wiped out. It's now a 7-7 ball game. That touchdown toss, that is Byron Dawkins, his 7th touchdown toss of the season. He's got 2 interceptions coming in. He came in, started the day 57 of 124 through the air for 46%, 722 passing yards, averaging 144.4 a game through the air. Good target, 6'6" senior tight end. They split him out that time, and good crisp pass into the left corner of the end zone, and we're knotted up at 7s. Now Sturmick approaching, kicks it high end over end on the short variety. That one will be fielded at the 10, and stumbling to the left. Here is a return, and boy, there's another penalty flag thrown against St. Francis. They've had some problems with penalties, and that one is probably going to back them up. So let's see, the ball's resting right now at the 21. Tony Lazick, our referee, blocking the back once again against St. Francis. Half the distance to the goal will move them back around the 10. So still 2:39 on the clock. And Ferrera's been sacked 5 times already today, 3 times in the first quarter. And they'll have to be careful here on a turnover and trying not to give the Eagles a chance to take the lead here in the late going of the first half. St. Francis will get the football to begin the second half. Ferrera out of the gun right now. He's got a running back to his right. Seth Stewart comes in motion right to left. He doesn't want to throw and screens the ball. Tip ball. Green's got it. Runs to his left side. He's got a first down the left sidelines. Boy, all the way across the 25 to the 30-yard line. Justin Green legging it out quickly. He stepped out of bounds at the 29, but just like that, on a chip ball that Green still kept the focus on, and has got a first down for St. Francis with 2:30 and the clock now moving. Evidently did not get out of bounds to stop the clock. 1st and 10 though, the Cougars on the move. A little better field position now. Ferrer with Green staying in as the running back. Wants to throw again, steps up and's got looking and throws it late. That one's incomplete. Trying to dump it off at the last second to the left side to Seth Stewart. But under duress, Nick Ferrer once again nearly sacked. That stops the clock with 2:11 on the clock and 2nd down and 10 coming up. Seth Coate, who's caught the Cougar touchdown, is in wide to the left. That's the short side of the field. They're up on press coverage on him. 2 wide to the right. Motion by Stewart once again. Here's Ferrer. Looks, throws, and that one's wide and intercepted. That's a return from the 40-yard line, and they've got a chance to score, but saving tackle for a moment. Cam Smith made the tackle. Deion Carter comes up with a pick. Ball was deflected right in the hands of Deion Carter, and the Eagles, as we mentioned, with the turnover, they're in business trying to take the lead here in the late going of this first half. So the interception by Carter will give the Eagles a chance to break the 7-7 tie. They'll have it 1st and goal at the USF 10-yard line. Let's see, they've got Warden in. He's tight to the right side. Cougars have got to be alert to that. Now they've got a power to the left side. The tailback is Gardner. They'll run the ball. Off tackle the left side. Fights his way down to the 6, maybe got to the 5-yard line.
Gardner, the ball carrier for the Eagles.
That'll take the clock inside of 2 minutes. Now with 1:46 remaining late in the first half. 7-7 tie. They'll spot that ball just outside the USF 5 at the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. Sanziri in there is one of the blocking backs off to the left side. Power eye to the left side. Gardner stays in as the running back, and they'll give him to him again, picking his way, looking to the end zone, reaches. Did he reach across? No indication by the official. Looks like he is short, but he got close to the goal line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal with 1:10 remaining. Eagles have got all 3 of their timeouts. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. And here's Dawkins trying to break the plane of the goal. Waiting for the officials, no indication yet as they come in to check where that ball is and where is Dawkins. It was a quarterback sneak all the way, and now a late signal touchdown RMU. So the interception by Carter pays off on a 1-yard sneak by Byron Dawkins. That is his first rushing touchdown of the year.
Number 95, Brian Franklin on to attempt the point after touchdown under the hold of number 4.
Time of the score, 48 seconds. So the one thing the Cougars were hoping to avoid, a turnover, happened, and that leads to a go-ahead touchdown by the Eagles. Now Franklin booming the extra point through, and it is good. So it's 14-7. Eagles with 14 straight points to take the lead, their first of the afternoon here at Morris Field. We'll be back after a timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
He has counted to infinity twice. He once set a land speed record on a surfboard. Bruce Springsteen calls him the boss. He is the most fascinating man alive. I don't always buy diamonds, but when I do, I prefer Peter Franklin Jewelers. Stay sparkly, my friend.
Ivan Sturmick getting set to kick off for the Eagles.
Cougars trying to see what they can do in the final 48 seconds of this first half. They've got Charles Gaston back deep along with Cody Appenzeller. Oh, that last offensive series by St. Francis, they had a tip ball that was actually grabbed then by Justin Green and made a nice run. But then disaster as a tip ball went to the hands of Deion Carter and set up a first and goal situation. And in the 1-yard sneak by quarterback Byron Dawkins, the Eagles have got the lead for the first time here today at home at 14-7. Cougars will have the ball to begin the second half, but we'll see what happens here in the dying moments of this first half. Here comes the kick high. End over end once again. Gaston calls for it and has got it at the 15, 20, 25. Feeling his way across the 25 to about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. That'll take the clock down to 41 seconds time remaining.
Tackled by number 17, Anthony Burgos.
And we will see what Kevin Donnelly and the Cougar coaching staff elect to try to do here in the late going. As they're actually going to bring that ball across the, well, they've got it at the 35-yard line, but that's not correct. It's going to be 1st and 10, St. Francis at their own 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
1st and 10, Cougars moving left to right. Aaron Harris has come back in as the running back. Too wide to the left, motion out of that. And now they'll run Harris. Harris angles, lowers the shoulder, and he's into the second level, and he finds his way for a first down all the way across the 40 up to the 46-yard line. So Aaron Harris running strong. His best run of the day. So just like that, Cougars have got it with 34 seconds remaining, and they'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Now that changes the complexion perhaps. St. Francis has got 2 timeouts remaining. Clock is running though. 24 seconds to left. Here's Ferrer dropping to throw. Looks and spins and in trouble again. Boy, he just covered up. Did not even try to get rid of that ball. Did not try to throw it away. And took the sack with 14 seconds remaining, and that's just about going to do it. Cougars may have called a timeout with 14 seconds remaining. I believe they did. We'll keep things right here, though. Some of the other games going on elsewhere. We'll take a closer look at halftime, but Taylor was hosting Concordia. And Siena Heights going a lot of crossover games today between the Mid-East League and the Midwest League opponents. Siena Heights on the road down in Bourbonnais, Illinois, taking on Olivet Nazarene. Just a couple of games going on elsewhere in the Mid-States. Don't forget the Cougars Idol next Saturday, no game, home or away. Next action will be back at Darcy Stadium on November the 7th when they take on College of Faith. That'll be a 12 noon kickoff at Darcy Stadium. Hopefully a little warmer than it is now here today in Arlington Heights, Illinois. You really can feel the chill settling in, and that's a lot of it due to the high winds. Ferrer drops to throw, rushes, coming again, steps up, looks, throws over the middle, and just that time good job getting rid of it, at least to avoid the sack.
Intended for number 6, Seth Stewart.
Seth Stewart was somewhat in the vicinity. That'll leave 9 seconds remaining. Third down and 15 coming up. St. Francis would have to get to the Eagle 44-yard line. But again, the clock is probably going to be the really determining factor. Trips wide to the right side, no. Now they're going to reposition Seth Stewart off the left wing. Here comes Ferrer. He'll hand the ball off, and P.J. Dean is not going to find much. Runs only to about the 31-yard line, and that's going to do it. That'll take us to 0-0 on the clock. So a turnabout for the Eagles, who trailed early 7-0. But they got a big play. 5-yard touchdown pass from Dawkins to Worden to tie the game. And then on a tip ball, setting up the 1-yard quarterback run for the touchdown, the go-ahead score by Byron Dawkins, and it is a 14-7 Robert Morris Eagle lead here over the 7th-ranked Cougars at the end of the first half. We will step out. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back. We'll look at the first half numbers and much more in our halftime presentation. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Mark Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner is now accepting new patients at his new location, 9830 Auburn Road. For more information on services for all dental needs, Dr. Stoner can be found on the web at markstonerdbs.com or reached by phone at 260-484-4181.
There's a new dining experience in Fort Wayne, just waiting to be discovered by sports fans everywhere. Newly remodeled The Lodge, located in the Coyote Creek Golf Club, is open to the public, offering great daily lunch and dinner specials. Bring the family in to enjoy our spacious family room after the game. The Lodge is proud to support Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Lewis football. Come celebrate the W's with their friendly staff. The Lodge is located at 4935 Hillegas Road. To save your table for after the game, call 260-203-3154.
It's the halftime report with scores, stats, and insights. Here's Joe and the sports team.
Welcome back, everybody, at Robert Morris Field. Chilly day developing here on the northwest side of the Windy City. Big winds, as we mentioned, been the big factor. Crosswind today here out of the west behind my shoulder and blowing over to the east side of the field. And it's been a little bit of a factor, and as Cougars did manufacture and worked against the wind and got a go-ahead touchdown to the first score of the ball game at the 5:05 mark of the opening quarter after a fourth down stop. Gave St. Francis possession of the football at their own 40-yard line, and that led to a 41-yard touchdown pass for Ferrer to Seth Coate on a little pump-and-go move, and Coate was able to get well behind the defense and caught the ball and ran the final 5 yards into the end zone. Ryan Nix adding the extra point. The Cougars had a 7-0 lead, and that's the way the first quarter would end. But then it was a fourth down stop by RMU, and they would take over the football, and they were able to work with some screen pass success. Got the ball down, and on a first and goal, quick pass to the left corner as Dawkins hit his 6'6". They call him a tight end, but they use him as a split end as well, and a quick pass to the left corner, good for 5 yards, and a tying touchdown at the 2:45 mark. Franklin knocked through the extra point. We are tied at 7. Then after an interception, as Deion Carter came up with a ball deflected, Cougars tipped it in the air, and Carter returned it to the USF 10, and that would lead to a 1-yard quarterback sneak by Byron Dawkins with 48 seconds remaining. Franklin would knock through the extra point. That's where we are here at halftime in this 14-7 ball game. So momentum definitely switching, and it'll be interesting when we take a look at the halftime numbers, because sacks, as much as anything, have been a telling tale as RMU has brought the house, and they put all kinds of pressure today on Nick Ferrer, and he is obviously, visually, you can tell he's feeling the pressure, and has just at times trying to almost give up on the long passes and just cover up and hope for the best, and it has not been a good situation. So St. Francis, they'll try to make some adjustments here at halftime, and we'll take a break, 60-second timeout, and we'll be back with a look at all the first half numbers, but right now the number that tells the tale, 14-7 Eagles at halftime. They're on top of the 7th-ranked University of St. Francis Cougars. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
It's the Dodge Boys here from Double Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and guys, we're excited. It's our big finish event. Hey Ryan, what you got? Now, our big finish event means we have the best deals of the year, starting with an amazing deal on the 2015 Chrysler 200. 0 first payment, 0 money down, 0 security deposit, 0 new lease signing, all for just $247 a month. That dog will hunt. Hey Casey, what about the Jeeps and the trucks? Matt, it's Ram commercial truck season. You can drive home a new 2014 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Express 4x4 for $271 per month. And just in time for the holidays, we have no payments for 90 days on all new Rams and Jeeps. I like it. And hey, big finish means big deals. Ryan, what else? Matt, we also have an incredible lease on the 2015 Dodge Dart that gets 41 miles a gallon for just $199 a month. Guys, what about the Dodge Boy Promise? We're going to beat any competitor's deal, guaranteed. Just bring us your best deal from any Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram dealer, and we're going to beat it, guaranteed. So come get a Dodge Boy deal. There's a big finish event on the Giant American flag, or jump online at CoverDodge.com.
14-7 Eagles have got the lead here at home. They've lost just one ball game this year. That loss came on this field back in late September as they lost 24-14 to USF Illinois. So we'll see if the Cougars can come back and regain the lead and win this ball game on the road here today in Illinois. Let's take a look at some of the team numbers. RMU has dominated a lot of the categories. They have actually doubled up on the Cougars as far as first downs. Eagles have got 14 first downs compared to 7 for the Cougars. Cougars have run the ball 20 times for 36 net yards. Eagles with 21 snaps on the ground, and they have converted and rushed for 57 yards. So the ground game has been a struggle for both teams somewhat here in this first 30 minutes. Passing yards, 133 as a team for St. Francis, 69 for RMU. Passing attempts, Cougars are 7 of 15 for the day. Had one interception. That's just the third interception of the year, in fact, for our quarterback, Nick Ferrer. Meanwhile, Dawkins, 8 of 15 through the air. Total offensive plays, 35 run by the Cougars in the first half for 169 total offensive yards. 36 plays run by RMU for 126. As far as punts, the Cougars have had 2 punt returns for a net gain of 2 yards. Eagles 1 punt return for 8. Cougars have had 2 kickoff returns for a total of 27 yards. RMU 1 kickoff return for no yards. As far as the punting game, Eagles have got a bit edge in that category. St. Francis has punted 4 times for an average of 39.2 yards a punt. Meanwhile, the Eagles punter 5 times for 43.8. Penalties, Cougars penalized 3 times for 34 yards. RMU penalized twice for 20 yards. Third down conversions, big story so far. Cougars, who have been one of the better teams in the Mid-States Football Association, in fact, number 2, but they are they are 1 for 7 on third down conversions in this first half. On fourth downs, they're 0 for 1. Eagles on third down, not all that great, 3 for 10, but on fourth down conversions, they're 1 for 2. Eagles have been in the red zone twice. They've scored on both possessions in the red zone, and the Cougars have yet to get into the Eagles' red zone. The one touchdown, their lead touchdown, came on a 41-yard pass play combination. Now let's take a look at some of the individual numbers for the Eagles. Raheem Gardner with 17 carries already, 53 net yards, so he's averaging 3.1. He had a long carry of 10 yards. Corey Rogers with 2 carries for 10 yards. Byron Dawkins with 2 carries. He's got a negative gain, but of course he had that 1-yard touchdown sneak at the end that has given them the 7-point lead here at halftime. As far as the Cougars run game, Justin Green has been the most effective of the Cougar runners. He has 9 carries for 51 yards, averaging just over 5.5 yards a carry. P.J. Dean with 3 carries for 24 yards. Aaron Harris, I think this is wrong because Harris carried late and had that one long gainer out to across the 30-yard line. They do not have that noted here. They have the 1 carry for 1 yard. And Tyrone Young with 1 carry. Through the air, Nick Ferrer, 7 of 15 for 133, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But get this, big stat, he's been sacked 6 times in this first half. As far as Dawkins, and Dawkins through the air, 8 of 15 for 69 yards. He's been sacked once. He's got 1 touchdown. He's not suffered an interception so far today. As far as the receiving core for the Eagles, Corey Rogers with 3 catches, 15 yards, a long of 7. Gardner out of the backfield, 2 catches, 24, a long of 22. And remember, we mentioned in that series in the second quarter that ended up producing their points in their go-ahead touchdown. The success that the Eagles had came by and large on screen passes. Anthony Burgos, 1 catch for 22. Tyler Warden, the touchdown catch that tied the game, 1 catch for 5 yards. Seth Coate already has 4 catches for 87 yards in the first half. Had a long of 41 yards, that was the touchdown. Justin Green, 1 catch for 20. Monte McDowell, 1 catch for 16. And Cam Smith, 1 catch for 10 yards. Spednail 4 punts, averaging 39.2, a long of 42. Sternbeek with 5 punts, averaging 43.8, and a long of 57. Montre Lee, 1 punt return for 8 yards. Boswell, 1 for -3 yards. Tabler with 1 punt return for 1 yard. Gaston has both kick returns for St. Francis and had a long of 17, a total of 27 kickoff returns. Montre Lee, 1 kickoff return for no yards. Some of the leading tacklers now in the first half. For the Eagles, Zach Matthews has got a total of 5 tackles for 1.5 sacks, 1.5 tackles for loss. Dante Johnson, 4 tackles. Deion Carter, 4 tackles. Jimmy McClinton for 4 tackles. For St. Francis, Pearson Harnish leads everybody. He's got 7 tackles. Matt Muncie's got 5 tackles. Lucas Sparks with 4 tackles, 1 sack, and a tackle for loss. Carrington Thompson with 4 tackles and a half a tackle for loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015
So the Cougars with work to be done. By the way, they're huddled up. They've not really left they've left the immediate field of play. They're huddled up in the southeast corner just beyond the end zone and getting ready to make their way back on the field now. And the specialist will be first out with their halftime warm-ups. 14-7 is our score. 14 unanswered points by Robert Morris University here at home, wiping out the 7-0 Cougar lead at the end of the first quarter. Eagles outscored St. Francis 14-0 in that pivotal second quarter. Want to remind everybody, you can help support your Catholic parish or school and help yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611. You can also visit them online at ndelevate.com. That's ndelevate.com, and you can learn more. Specialists starting to come out. 14-7 Eagles. Cougars will get the ball first to start the second half. We'll be back after this quick timeout. And this is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Matthew F. Hatfield, a health insurance specialist for those aged 65 and older, and for those under age 65 receiving Social Security disability. Matt provides Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance plans, and long-term care insurance plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Matthew F. Hatfield at 484-6606.
Joe Parson with you today. Windswept the Windy City, well named, as we're just a stone's throw from O'Hare Airport on the northwest side of downtown Chicago. If you can hear this game, it is thanks by and large to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mary Briscoe and Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio sports broadcast possible. Need emergency dental care? Well, call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950. That's 486-9950. Take a look at some of the other matchups elsewhere today around the Mid-States Football Association. We mentioned some games going, a lot of crossover games today where Midwest League teams are matching up against Mid-East League teams. One of those from the Mid-East League is Taylor. They're hosting Concordia, so that is a league game. And Siena Heights, they're on the road down south of here in Bourbonnais, taking on Olivet Nazarene. Other games, Lindenwood Belleville, they're on the road at USF Illinois over in Joliet. So a lot of NAIA games going on in the state of Lincoln, the land of Lincoln here today. Missouri Baptist on the road as well. They're at St. Ambrose in Iowa. And as we mentioned, the Cougars idle next Saturday. No game coming up until a home game on November the 7th. And if you're a little bit confused, you'll see on the website St. Francis taking on College of Faith. And that is because the team originally scheduled out of Virginia, they have not actually fielded a football team this year. So Kevin Gonley looking for somebody to play. And they got to looking at some of the teams that were scheduled to play against the team from Virginia. One of those was College of Faith. They had an open date. And they have agreed to come up to Fort Wayne, to the Summit City, on November the 7th out of, I believe they're out of Arkansas, so it'll be the College of Faith taking on St. Francis on Saturday, November the 7th. That will be a 12 noon kickoff, and our pregame will begin on Redeemer Radio at 11:45.
Fans, please direct your attention to our video board.
So, no game next Saturday for St. Francis. As far as the Eagles, they travel downstate, and they'll take on Lindenwood Belleville next Saturday afternoon. And that'll be a non-conference game for them. Eagles came in at 5-1. They were 2-1 in the Midwest League. So they're going to play a lot of their Midwest League final games. That'll have a bearing. St. Xavier was in the lead at 2-0, I believe, if memory serves correct, in the Midwest League. But a lot of teams were bunched up very close to them with just one loss. Some of the numbers coming into the start of this ball game, Cougars were leading the nation, averaging 52.6 points a ball game. Remember, that was number 1 in the Mid-States Football Association, number 3 nationally among all NAIA teams. They've been held to just 1 touchdown today, just 7 points. As far as the Eagles, averaging 27.3, they've got 14 first-half points. Eagles very good defensively, giving up 17.7 points a ball game. That was second best in the Mid-States Football Association. Cougars were giving in 21.1. As far as the passing, the Eagles coming into today's game were third last among all teams in the Mid-States. They were averaging 185.5 yards a game through the air. St. Francis was number 2, averaging 344. As we mentioned, first half stats, Cougars had, I believe it was 133. It was 133 through the air, so they're well off of that mark. And it'll be interesting to see as we start this second half, Cougars will have the football and what kind of adjustments they are able to make to try to move the ball. The problem has been that Ferrer just has not had the time to go deep and go vertical. He has been sacked 6 times in that first half. Some of the other numbers as far as pass defense, the Eagles very well positioned, ranked number 2 in the Mid-States, giving up just over 204 yards a game. And St. Francis defensively giving up 246 through the air. As far as the run offenses were concerned, Eagles are 4th in that category, averaging a 181.8 on the ground. Cougars a tad better coming in. We're third best among all teams in the Mid-States, averaging just over 200 yards a game on the ground. But with 2:25 remaining until we start this second half, 14-7 is our score. Let's take another quick timeout, and we'll be back ready to start this second half. Cougars with work to do. They've got to come from behind to try to gain this victory. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Not a second to spare. At First Federal Bank, we know that's how you feel when you're in your business. You need banking solutions that make the most of your precious time. We offer tailored solutions to help you manage your cash flow and services designed to streamline your paperwork, all with your time in mind. Call me, Tracy Bowden, at 260-432-0022 to learn how you can feel like you have a personal bookkeeper working for you around the clock, or visit first-fed.com. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, the wind not letting up much, trying to lighten up just a little bit. We'll take what we can get. Started on 63 degrees, but dropping down, they tell us, into the 50s by the time this game is going to be over. Probably in the high 50s, but with that wind makes it seem much cooler here today. Right now, and by the way, word just passed along to us by Sports Information Director Bill Scott that number 1 ranked Lindsey Wilson got beat today. They were beaten by Reinhardt. I believe that score was 42-24. So number 1, Lindsey Wilson, is undefeated no more. So on paper, the Cougars have got a chance to move up at least one spot from their number 7 position. But they've got to try to come from behind now, trailing at 14-7 as we get ready to start this second half. Well, this game is so reminiscent. If you were with us on the air and listened to the game a year ago when we were in Ann Arbor, Michigan, we were working from field level and working literally from our little cell phone because of some technical issues. But the wind was 30, 35 miles an hour. It just blew the rosters out of my hands. I had to work from memory best I could most of the second half. It's not been quite that bad here today. I've been able to anchor down some things, some paperwork, but still it's been a challenge, and as much so, I guess, for both the teams here, as we had, I think it was 5 straight series by the two teams that were 3 and out to start the ball game, and finally, after a 4th down stop, after the Eagles gambled but failed, St. Francis took over with very good field position and led to the first touchdown of the day, the 41-yard touchdown pass from Ferrer to Seth Coate. But they've not had success like that since. Cougars will have the football first. They'll move out of the north end zone. Gaston and Appenzeller back deep. Sturmick will tee it up at his own 35-yard line, kicking from right to left. 30 minutes remaining in this important crossover game. This will not hurt the Cougars, even a loss as far potentially in the Mid-East League. Regardless of the outcome, they will still be undefeated and 5-0 in the Mid-East League, and needing a win in a couple of weeks at Missouri Baptist to finish out the Mid-East League schedule. Here comes Sturmick approaching. High end over end. Gaston again for the 3rd time today. Backpedals to the 5. Works across the hash mark. Left side. Cuts it out. Now has got some running room. Brings it across the 25. Knocked down short of the 30. Back around the 27, I believe it was. So, with the sun trying to break through the clouds,
Tackled on the play by number 32, Jimmy McClinton.
here come the Cougar offense onto the field and trying to get something going here, and trying first to get into a tie. They trail it 14-7. Cody Appenzeller has been quiet here today. He sets up in the slot to the right side.
The Cougars will start 1st and 10.
Looks like it'll be Justin Green to start as the running back in the second half. Green had 9 carries for 51 yards in that first half. 1st and 10, USF at their own 28. And here's the handoff, and here's Green. Spins off a tackle nicely. Breaks it out across the 30, carries up across the 35 to the 36. That'll be a gain of 8 and close to 9 yards. Justin Green with a nice, quick, accelerating run between guard and tackle off to the right side. Cougar offensive line, 280 a man, tackle to tackle. Gagner at center, Minardo and Hancock starting at guards. Keegan Bruner and Alex Woods the tackle. It's a gain of 9, 2nd and short. And blitz coming defensive left side by the Eagles. Ferrer, long count up the line of scrimmage, still has 7 on the play clock, wants to throw, looks, throws vertical, looking downfield, he's got a man, there's Coate with a fingertip catch inside the 10 and brought down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal somewhere around the 7 or 8 yard line. So Coate with a 41-yard touchdown play in the first quarter, and they come back to him, and on the money. Boy, I tell you what, Ferrer just laid that one beautifully, and Coate able to run underneath that sideline left, and 1st and goal for the Cougars trying to tie this game up.
The result of the play is 1st and goal.
Where are they going to mark that ball? Looks like back at the 8. It'll be 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Green is the running back. And they'll give to Green. Green cuts left, cuts back to his right inside the 5, and fights his way down inside the 3-yard line. Keegan Brugger, nice play, trying to open up the hole. He was actually into the end zone, falling down, trying to create an additional seam for his running back to try to score. They'll mark that ball back at the 4. Boy, Green did not get a good spot of that on that run. 2nd and goal, he got half the yardage. 2nd and goal from the 4. They'll go to Green again. Green bounces it out off and can't turn the corner. That time coming up, wrapping up was Dion Carter. Carter made the tackle. They're going to bring it back to the 4-yard line, or is it going to be a loss? Let's see. They spotted exactly same place. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. The wind is a factor here. The stands can, and the press box can be a little bit of break of the wind from between the 30-yard lines, but not in the red zone. And here is a roll to the right side, and quick throw, and that's short. Looking for Seth Stewart. Ferrer rolling to his right, trying to muscle one out there, but the ball dipped and died very quickly, and it'll bring up now 4th down, and the Cougars looks like they're going to try it.
Number 88, Ryan Nix.
They'll bring Nix on to attempt the field goal to try to cut it to a 4-point deficit.
Number 10, Bradley Jarzab.
Brad Jarzab on to hold. This will be a 21-yard field goal attempt. Nix this year is 5 for 5 in field goals, has a long of 42. Inside of 30 yards, he is 1 for 1. This from 21 yards from the left hash mark. Kick is on the way, and he got a lot of leg in it and is good. So the Cougars use the long catch by Seth Coate. They get in a goal line situation. They'll have to settle for a 21-yard field goal by Ryan Nix. That'll make it 14-10. So the Cougars do get on the board, and we'll step out for this word. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Between classes and practice and parties and finals, it can be hard to stay on top of your finances. Three Rivers is here to help. Whether you need some additional assistance with your student loans, could use a little help deciding what financial products best suit your needs, or simply want some advice on creating a budget, Three Rivers is here for you. We help you to make sense of your money matters so you can feel confident in making smart financial choices now that will pay off later. Get connected and learn more at threeriversfcu.org.
Nix hits the 21-yard field goal. Time of the score 12:46, so that stops a run of 14 straight points by Robert Morris. And USF back within 4 now at 14-10. Number 1, Lindsey Wilson has lost today, defeated by Reinhardt. Now the Cougars will kick it away from left to right. And let's see how they're going to play it. Montre Lee is back in kick return. I believe that's also Mo Almazari. Here's the kick into ring. Wins kicking that, catching it. Fair catch. It's called for it. It's fumbled, but falling on it right at the 24-yard line. And the Eagles do cover up, and they'll have the football. That time by the wind is just brutal here today. And every time it goes up, you just got to wonder, where's it going to end up? Because where you're seeing it up above is not maybe where it's going to come down. Ethan Kaufman, a freshman, was able to finally corral that short kick. So Dawkins will bring the unit, the offensive unit. Let's see if they try to go back to those screen passes that were so effective. And by the way, Spencer Coward is now out there. He is eligible to play in this second half at one of the linebacker positions. 1st and 10 from the 20. Well, they mark it at the 25-yard line. Dawkins hands it off, and they try to run to the left side, and that's some running room for Gardner. Gardner brings it across the 30 out close. He's got a first down to the 35-yard line. So Gardner, who had 17 carries and 53 yards, picks up 10 on that first snap from scrimmage. Cougars need to tighten up on that. Proving field position for the Eagles. Offset eye to the right side now. Sanzeri is the blocking back out there. And Dawkins might be changing the play call with 14 on the play clock. He hands to Gardner, sweeping wide to the right side, finds some running room again. Trips across the 40, brings it up to about the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. And the Eagles trying to flex their muscles on the ground. Matt Muncie in on the tackle. Eagles, as far as the ground game, had a gain of only 57 net yards, but they've got a pickup of 6, so they picked up 16 yards on the last 2 carries. They'll stay with the same set. Gardner's been the featured running back. Dawkins fakes the and backs away, looking. Now they're going to flip-flop Sanzeri to the near side. It is 2nd down and 4. They'll give it off to Gardner again, fighting for the first down stick, and second effort's got it. Across the 45-yard line. Gardner, 3 straight carries. Carrington Thompson getting up off the bottom of the pile. They'll mark that ball there's a penalty flag. And backing up the Eagles, let's see this call.
Number 16 on the offense.
Jameer Stovall is called for a hold. Eagles had just 2 penalties for 20 yards in that first half, so that denies the first down. And it'll back them up. They'll spot that ball at the RMU 31-yard line. It will be 2nd down, but 2nd down and 14.
The Eagles have 2nd and 14.
Gardner stays in as the running back. He's offset to the right side. Dawkins out of the shotgun formation now. Wanting to throw, short drop, looks near side, puts the ball up. That's tipped and knocked away off the hands of Tyler Warden.
For number 9, Tyler Warden.
Pearson Harnish came over, had the coverage help with Nishan Lewis. Third down and long. Eagles on third down calls were 3 of 10 in the first half. Cougars were just 1 for 7. RMU trying to get out to their own 45-yard line on this snap. Dawkins brings them out of the huddle now. 2 wide to the right side. And Lee is split wide to the short side to the left. He's out of the shotgun formation again with the snap. Wants to throw. Looks near side. Throws over the middle. And there's a catch made. And that was a little square out run by Warden. And that's McIntyre on the coverage. But does he have the first down? Let's see where they mark the ball. Looks like maybe a yard short. And it is short of the first down stick, so Warden got the catch, but the 6'6 senior did not get to the first down spot. So they'll bring in Sturmick to kick the ball away, and the Cougars hoping to stay away from getting caught offsides now. Let's see if they come with a short snap with the ball at the 44. They do, and here is the run, and they've got it. That's a run across midfield and into Cougar territory, where you could just sense that they had some trickery.
Number 20.
Going to check that number. That was Lorenzo Lashley, I believe, that took the short snap, the direct snap, and rolls for a first down to the USF.
First down.
Let's see, it'll be marked at the 46-yard line of St. Francis. In the first half, a fourth down bid failed by the Eagles, and that led to a Cougar touchdown. Now the flip-flop, Warden tight to the left side, to the short side. Lee in motion, low snap, and there was penalty flags thrown immediately. Let's see if that's going to be procedure. They had 2 men basically in motion.
Procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Does go against the Eagles. That'll back them up 5. That'll move the ball back to the Eagles side of midfield at the RMU 49-yard line. First down and 15. Now they're going to put Stovall in motion. They'll put him up now, repositioning him up in the slot to the wide side to the right. Dawkins waiting for the snap. Gives ground, wants to throw, wants to screen and throw it into the ground. Better defense this time. St. Francis sniffed it out. Sparks dropped back. Christian Johnson dropped back. They just were not rushing in. Bent for leather on Dawkins, and he recognized that and threw it into the ground. So St. Francis played the screen well that time. It'll bring up second down and 15. Stole the ball at the 49-yard line of the Eagles. 10:05 on the clock here. Early in this second half, 14-10. Cougars got a 21-yard field goal by Ryan Nix to cut into that 14-7 Eagle lead. Stovall the slot to the right side, and Dawkins to throw again. Looks, throws near side's got a ball. Was it caught? It was at the Cougar 47-yard line. A little quick hitting play to the left side. Good for Anthony Burgos on the catch. That'll bring up third down and 11. Eagles have discovered also that when you work from the near side hash mark to the sideline, that the wind is less of a factor. That's where all the 3 of their pass attempts in this series have gone. Now they've got 2 wide to the right. Dawkins backs away on 3rd and 11, play clock at 7. Now it's got to hurry. Corey Rogers is checked back in as the running back. He's had success on screen passes. And the whistles blew right at the snap. Did the play clock run out? Delay of game is going to be the call. So the Eagles being hampered by yellow laundry now. The penalty flag moves the ball back to their own 48-yard line. So it's third down and about 16. Ball is at the 48-yard line. They'll stay with the same formation. Corey Rogers is the running back. Got to keep an eye on him on third down and long, 3rd and 16. Dawkins checks that Cougar defense. Wants to throw. Looks over the middle, throws. He's got a wide open catch. That'll be short of the first down, though, as Warden, I believe it is, has got the catch at the Cougar 39. They're going to mark him down at the 40, so it'll bring up fourth down. Right now, the Eagles want to talk it over a little bit. They've kept the offensive unit out there, and they may be gambling to go for it. Fourth down and 4. And they are going to try to run a play, apparently. Now, again, a Cougar encroachment would give an automatic first down. Got to be careful. Got to hold your water. Corey Rogers, the running back, flanked to the left side of Dawkins out of the shotgun formation. Warden is tight to the left side. Here's a quick throw on the slant. That's picked off. St. Francis from the 40 to midfield. Run the left side. Spencer Coward. He's going to take it to the house. 60 yards on the pick six. Spencer Coward, not playing in the first half, eligible in the second half, and responds with a ball that went right to his numbers, returns it for 60 yards at the 8:19 mark, and the Cougars go back on top at 16-14. Great play defensively as Coward just had to make sure that he caught the ball, and then running down the left side all the way to the end zone at the 8:19 mark. So the Cougars have trailed 14-7 at halftime. Now they've scored the last 9 points of this third quarter, and Nick's trying to come on to give them a 3-point lead. Nix has hit a 21-yard field goal, added an extra point. Waiting for the snap, Jarzab is the holder. High snap, got the right foot kicked down, booms it, and good. 17-14, Cougars with a run of 10 to go back on top here on the road at 17-14 our score. We'll step out. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Spirion Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spirion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spirion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Losers Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you are seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spirion.com/ftwayne.
Well, you always look for plays, somebody to make a play. That's always the motto in the locker rooms. Somebody step up, make a play. And that time Spencer Coward did, as just playing his first action of the game, as he was ejected last week in the second half and allowed to play only in the second half to start here today. And a big play by that young sophomore, 6'2", 190-pounder, and gets into the end zone on the 60-yard return. And the Cougars have come from 7 down to lead it now by 3. Mo Al-Masri is back in kick return. Cougars spread out now, ready to tee it up and kick it away from their own 35-yard line. Still 8:19 remaining in this third quarter. Nick's waiting for the go-ahead. And here he comes, hits the ball, it's short, tailing to the far side. That'll be caught by Lee and stepped out of bounds. That was going out of bounds again. He started the ball game with that same decision. So it'll be 1st and 10, but it will be at the 17-yard line instead of at the 35.
The Eagles will start 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
That ball was tailing. The wind caught it on that far side. Anything from the middle of the field over to the east, the wind's going to be a big factor. So 1st and 10, the Eagles have got it at their own 17-yard line. Marcus Stepp is now checked into the ball game as one of the linebackers, as here's Dawkins. Checking off, play clock is at 13, looks near side. And repositions, they've got Sanzeri in there, and he's offset to the right side. They'll run the ball, and nothing there. The Cougars collapse it. And getting through, I believe that was Jordan May. Gardner is going to lose yardage.
Tackled on the play by number 98, Eric Hemmelgarn.
Hemmelgarn also there, gets credit for the stop, but I thought I saw 99 there as well. Where they mark that ball, that is a loss. That's a loss back inside the 15, back around the 13-yard line, I believe it is. So call it 2nd down and 14. 2 wide coming to the left. That's the wide side of the field. And Dawkins will take this snap out of the shotgun formation around his own 7-yard line. Dawkins wants to throw. Sets up, throws to the right, and it's got, well, in and out of the hands. Warden, the 6'6 receiver, tried to go down on his knees at the 22. Couldn't find the handle, and now it'll be 3rd down and long.
Play was defended by number 5,
Cougars trying to hold on this 3rd down snap, hoping they will get very good field position and trying to add to what is a very tenuous 3-point lead with 7:31 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Coward came over and had something to say to Drew Durnell, who's now in at right defensive end. Wilmer Coles got the coverage on the right corner. And let's see where Tyler Warden is. He's tight to the left side. And looking here is Dawkins, and rolls to his right side and has a ball that's right through the outstretched hands of Montre Lee. Well, the Cougars looked like they had a possibility of sacking Byron Dawkins, but he was able to shake free and roll to his right, had a chance for a pass that was going to be well short, but Montre Lee couldn't find the handle. So 4th down comes up, and Sturmick will stand right as his own goal line, punting this ball away. Tabler back deep along with Boswell at the USF just outside the 45-yard line. Rushes on, the kick is away. End over end ball. Boswell's got it. Now from the 48, works to midfield, cuts back left side to the 45, and down he goes at the 43, trying to hold on to the ball. A lot of late activity going on down there, but we see no penalty flags being thrown. So St. Francis will start into Eagles territory at the 42-yard line of Robert Morris.
Start 1st and 10 at the Eagles 42-yard line.
So some positive play by the Cougars starting out this second half. Cam Smith in wide to the near side. I believe that's Appenzeller, comes into the slot to the near side as well. Do not see a wide out to the left. They've got an offset eye to the left side. That's Appenzeller in motion. Counter run coming right side. Green's got Green. He's at the 30, 25, 20 in a foot race. He's going to score. A different look and great success. A run on one play from the 42. A 42-yard touchdown run by Justin Green. And the Cougars on the board again with 16 straight points as they extend their lead out to 9 now. A big lead of the day at the 7:05 mark.
On to attempt a point after touchdown.
Counter run to the right side. Strange looking set that time. Time of the score at 7:05. But big plays now, and Nix on to attempt the extra point, trying to give St. Francis a lead of 10. Jarzab the holder. Right foot kick is coming up, and it looks good and is good. So big plays by USF, both sides of the board. And now they extend their lead. They trailed at halftime by 7. They lead it by 10, 24-14. And we'll be back after this timeout. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Well, Justin Green, who had 9 carries in the first half for 51 yards, came into the ballgame. He did have a rushing touchdown last week, and that is his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. But just a well-designed play call that time. The Cougars came up with some creativity again, as they had Appenzeller in motion from right to left behind the line of scrimmage, and I think that influenced the Eagle defense. They were all converging to their right, but the counter run came to the Cougar right, and Justin Green, once he got across the line of scrimmage, he was in a foot race all the way to the end zone, 42 yards for the touchdown. So the Cougars now have, after trailing 14-7, and they have scored 17 straight points. Short kick again. That will be fielded on the run at the 20, right side. And here is Al-Masri, who brings it across the 25 out close to the 30, maybe another yards or so as he went out of bounds on the Cougar side at about the 31-yard line.
Number 24, Emmanuel Evans.
So the RMU Eagles have been struck by lightning
31-yard line.
in a figurative sense here. On their home field at Morris Field, they fall behind, giving up that 14-7 lead. They now trail 24-14. First and 10 with 7:01 remaining in this third quarter. Still a long way to go in this one. Cougars drop 2 safeties back, including Coward drops back there now, and now he's going to change up. And they'll bring Tabler back. Little motion from right to left. Here's a quick throw over the middle, and that's Warden gets the call, but Cougars get on him in a hurry. Cale Tabler read that one and wrapped up on the 6'6 senior very quickly. Nonetheless, a gain of 5. Quick hitting play. Warden stays in tight to the right side. Offset eye to the left side as far as the running backs. Dawkins looking, wants to throw again, rushes on, throws it as far as he can. He's got a man open, but overshot Montre Lee. Had about a step and a half on Jarrell Holman. So 3rd down and 5. Coming up for the Eagles as they try to get to their own 41-yard line. Let's see if they're going to bring Corey Rogers back into the game. They had success with him on the screens earlier. Instead, Michael Mallett will check into the game. So it'll be an empty backfield, 3 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Cougars with 2 safeties back. Trying to get to the 41, Dawkins with 8 on the play clock. Now checking near side with 5, with 4. Dawkins changing the play call with 2, with 1. They're not going to get it off. That'll be a delay of game again. So instead of 3rd and 5, it'll be 3rd down and 10. You could just tell they were too late in wagging that play call in. Cougars with shifting defense around. And Coward's everywhere on this field. Starts at right linebacker, drop back in safety. Now he's at left linebacker on the wide side. And it's 3rd down and just over 10 yards. They still have to get to the 41-yard line. Empty backfield again. Warden up in the slot to the right side. Coward will defend on him. Dawkins has the snap, wants to throw, looks, flush to his right side, throws on the run. That one's picked off and then dropped. Coward had his second chance at interception in his hands, but could not hold it. Jumping up and down, Spencer Coward, who had a 60-yard return on an intercepted pick 6. I don't know if he would have gone to the house, but had a chance to give the Cougars possession inside the 35. Instead, it'll be a punting situation now as Stemmick will come on to punt the ball away with just over 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter. High snap, and he's got it. Kick is away. High, end over end. Boswell calls fair catch and makes it at about his own 36-yard line. So St. Francis with decent field position now and leading it by 10 over the 9th-ranked Robert Morris University Eagles.
For the Cougars, where they will start 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard
Gus
line.
Hancock comes out. Looks like that starting offensive line staying out there. Brian Gagner at center to snap the ball. And here comes USF now, trying to move the ball. 2 safeties back for the Eagles. Gaston in the ball game, takes a snap, looking, gets by 1, trying to cut to the outside, won't get there. He ran east and west, but could not go north-south. Going to lose about a yard, maybe 2 yards.
Tackled by number 5, Mo El Masri, and number 10, Zach
Eagles had great
Matthews.
penetration across the line of scrimmage, and that slowed up Gaston to the point where he could not make the turn and turn upfield. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Seth Cote in wide to the left side. Looks like they may have double coverage on him. Ferrer out of the pistol, wants to throw. Looks, flush to his right side. Now he can run, but he'll throw on the run near side, and Cam Smith drops the ball. Left his feet, really didn't have to. at the 31-yard line. That ball he could not, on a cool day, as we mentioned, the wind really affecting things in here, and he dropped it. That's something you just don't see Cam Smith do. So now it's 3rd down and 11. That takes the clock down to 5 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Let's footnote that. Smith stays in wide to the near side. And Ferrer works from the left side hash mark. They've got a wing back out there on the left side. Blitz coming defensive right side. And here's Ferrer looking, throws to a spot. Cam Smith this time takes a double hit but holds on. Cam Smith, that came right back to him, the talented senior. And let's see, is there a penalty flag? Back in the Cougar side of the 31. Wow, that goes against the offense. It's a slap to the face mask by USF, so that wipes out the 1st down gain, and it'll make it 3rd down and much longer. Tony Lazick, our referee today. Cougars, as far as penalties, had 3 penalties for 34 yards. Eagles have picked up a few more here in the second half. Boy, Kevin Donnelly not happy about that call. Wants to talk to the referee about that. He's about 4 steps onto the field, and the referee will comply. They have not yet marked the ball ready for play, so we have 5:09 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, Ferrer waits for the conversation with the coach and the referee across the way. Kevin Donnelly turns his back, walks to the sideline, so apparently that penalty, you don't win those arguments very often, even when you plead your case, but sometimes you just want your voice to be heard. Now they do walk off the penalty. And that takes the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line. Want to check and see who the running back is. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 27. St. Francis would have to get out to their own 47-yard line on this play. The safeties are back beyond the, 2 of them beyond the 40-yard line. And Ferrer, will he throw? He'll try to. Looks, pulls it down, is going to be, throws it away. Good job. No, looking for Code, and he makes a one-handed catch. And now a penalty flag. No, that was Boswell, Sean Boswell, 19 rather of 11. There's another penalty flag back deep, back around the 20-yard line. So we'll have to wait while they sort things out on these 2 penalties called. Maybe offsetting where they just run 3rd down and long again. Ferrer's coming over to talk to the linesman. And Tyler Wright, one of the defensive ends, is in that mix as well. I'm not sure what this is about. We'll just have to wait for Tony Lazick to. He's got 3 of his officials grouped around him. Meanwhile, the Cougar offense is going to go to the sideline. Let's see if we can pick up what the call is about. Now Lazick's going to come over to talk to the Eagle head coach, Jared Williamson. So I'll say this for the officiating crew. They are going to make sure the head coaches are full aware of what the circumstances are on these penalties. A lot riding on this matchup of top 10 teams here today on the northwest side of Chicago. We still have had no clarification about what the 2 penalty calls were. One flag still setting at the RMU 45-yard line. And here we go. Or will we?
On the offense, we have a personal foul targeting and an ejection of 32. The penalty's offset, 3rd down.
Penalties do offset, and I believe that one of the Eagles has been ejected for targeting. trying to see exactly who that was. Was it Jimmy McClinton, I believe, has been ejected from the game for targeting. So McClinton, who's one of the safeties, he's a 6-foot junior, his day is done. But the Cougars also whistled for a holding call, so it's 3rd down and a do-over. 3rd down and 27 with the ball still back at the 21. And the safety's dropping back to the 48-yard line. Meanwhile, the Cougars will run the ball best they can, and they're going to come up short as that gain will be a run to the left side out to about the 40-yard line. Tyrone Young back in there, his best run of the game, but again had an uphill challenge ahead of him, needed 27 yards. It'll be 4th down and about 9, so he got a lot of that yardage back, and that will give Josh Spitnell a better chance. Montre Lee is back in punt return, waits his own 20-yard line. 4:30 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Well, day has turned cool and blustery. Started blustery. Oh, and a bad snap over the head of Spitnell. And you just got to get rid of it. Get rid of it. And it's going to be a free ball, and it goes as a safety. That's a batted ball. Let's see now. The linesman, Jared Williamson's coming over to indicate that ball was batted. But who was it batted by? Might have been batted by an Eagle player. So they're going to have to sort this out, but that is not good news. Right now they show it as a safety to make it 24-16. And I believe that is going to stand. That was a horrible snap, though, over the head of Spitnell, had no chance. So that means the Cougars, their 10-point lead is down to 8. We'll keep things right here, by the way.
Remaining in the 3rd quarter, it's the
so the Cougars will have to kick the ball away.
Eagles 16.
That ball was kind of batted out of bounds, but to be honest with you, I thought it was an Eagle player that might have, trying to grab it, actually knocked it out of bounds. But as it is, it'll be a safety, 2 points on the board for the Eagles at the 4:12 mark. And now, instead of punting the ball on 4th down, the Cougars will have to kick it away from their own 20-yard line. So the Eagles with a great opportunity. What was a 2-score lead is now down technically to a 1-score lead. The lead is down to 8. Boy, it has been an up and down day for both teams, really. Cougars took an early lead on a 41-yard touchdown pass, fell behind 14-7, then scored 17 in a row, but now the safety makes it a 24-16 ball game. And they're going to bring Spitnell in to just free kick the ball near side. That one is fielded at the 45, and a knee is taken. So, Zach Matthews on the fair catch. Will be very good field position for the Eagles now with 4:11 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And the Eagle offense will come back on the field, moving from right to left. They'll bring Raheem Gardner back out there as well. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Should have brought an extra jacket. It was so nice earlier, despite the wind, but the sun was out. That's only a distant memory now. A little different look offensively now for the Eagles. Tight trips package to the right side. And Dawkins trying to sort things out, 8 on the play clock. Now he repositions Lee back on the left wing. Now moves him back on the right side. They'll hand him to him on a sweep, comes up the middle, cuts back to the left side, running room at midfield 45. And he turns the corner at the USF 40-yard line. So Lee started in motion left to right. They gave him the handoff on the sweep, started right side, reversed back, and picks up big yardage. He's got a 1st down at the Cougar 40-yard line as the clock will move inside of 4 minutes now. Gardner, the running back, the one-back look. And they'll give the ball to him, off tackle run to the left side. Wrapped up, and he got to 3 yards, close to it, down to about the USF 37. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
92, Jeffrey Jones.
They marked that ball just outside the USF 37-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Both teams trying to change up their looks a little bit offensively. Dakota Greer up on the wing to the left side. One wide to the right. Motion again but the counter run comes by Gardner right up the middle trying to fight. Didn't think he got to the 36. He did, well, to the 35. He got to the 36, and that is all. Getting up a little slowly that time, Jeffrey Jones, but he's going to be all right. Taps his helmet on the side, and he's ready to go. That was a gain of 1. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Inside of 3 minutes, the clock moves. 24-16 our score. Ball is just inside the USF 37-yard line. Taking a long time. Play clock was down to 5, and now the Eagles will burn a timeout. So they will have 2 remaining in this 24-16 ball game. We'll step out for a timeout as well. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new credit card.
I'm freezing.
Extra thoughts is fine.
Okay. Do I have any more?
Yeah, try to stay warm, Joe.
Do I have any more? I do have an H&L on it.
State can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
So the Eagles want to talk things over on this critical 3rd down call coming up at the USF just outside the 37-yard line. 24-16 our score. Cougars fought back from a 14-7 deficit at halftime, scored 17 straight points, but the safety on the bad snap over the head of Josh Bittnail. They had 1 too many players out there. Play clock at 21. They've got time. Dawkins wants to throw. Looks, sets up, pulls it down, throws back to the left side's got a catch. That was Lee this time. As a little square up pattern to the near side at the Cougar 25. They'll move the chains, and here come the Eagles now. This one's got a long way to go before this one is decided. They've had a lot of success throwing to the near side on the screens and also on the square out patterns. Dawkins backs away, still at 17 on the play clock. 2:23 remaining in this 3rd quarter. And looks deep, stretch handoff again. Angled run to the left, not much there. Gain is right to the 25. Jalen McIntyre wrapped up, had help from Lucas Sparks. Also in the vicinity was Jeffrey Jones. That's a loss, in fact. So, loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. 2 wide to the right side this time now. Dawkins wants to throw. 2-step drop. Throws back to the left wide and incomplete. Looking back for Lee on that same score out pattern, but that time nowhere near him. And that'll take it down to 3rd down and 11. But at the 25 of St. Francis, you got to think that perhaps Jared Williamson thinking we're in 4-down yardage area against the 7th-ranked team. Gardner in, flank to the left side. Dawkins wants to throw again. Rush is coming, throws, and he's got an easy catch. Inside the 20, that's got to be Warden. Big target. Stewart trying to did make the stop, but they'll move the chains once again. And they'll have a 1st down. Minute 43 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Be interesting to see if they do score. Would they try for 2 to tie the game up, or will they just take the extra point? Lee split wide to the right side. Tight to the left is Tyler Warden. Now they're going to flip-flop him back to the right. That's the wide side. And Dawkins on the pistol. Now they put a motion man. That's Greer. Here's a throwback to the left side. And a nice move after the catch. And Greer takes that on that reception down close to the 10-yard line. Dakota Greer. I think I said Green. It's Greer, his last name. But a lot of creativity run by the Robert Morris offense right now. That play was good for about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. And they'll run Gardner again, angled run to the left side. Did he get into the end zone? Run out of bounds inside the 5.
For the Eagles. Tackled on the play by number 41.
They may mark him out of bounds. Let's see. Inside the 4. Cougars trying to make a late substitution defensively. They do have a first down. It'll be first down and goal. And that ball is at the Cougar just outside the 3. Dawkins went over to the sideline to make sure of the play call. Gardner is the running back. Warden is tanked to the right. Let's see if they try to go to the 6'6" tight end. No, they'll go run Gardner, and he spun around and dropped, shooting through there. Cougars got great penetration that time. And Himmelgarn with a big stop. The 6'5" redshirt freshman darted through and drops them for a loss back around the 5-yard line. So it'll be second down and goal. Just 24 seconds remaining in the quarter. Crowd coming alive here at Morris Field. They bring Sanzeri back in. Offset to the left. It's a power I formation to the left. In the middle, here is Dawkins. Wants to throw. Looks, throws over the middle. Ball's knocked away. Wilmer Cole came from nowhere to knock that ball away. With 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. And a penalty apparently against Robert Morris. Penalty flag is going to move them back unless the Cougars want to take the play. We'll wait and see what the decision is going to be.
Holding number 72 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, second down.
They will back him up. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. It'll remain second down. So that penalty is going to move the ball back to about the 15-yard line of St. Francis. 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. This should be the final play of this third quarter. Second down and goal from the 15. Warden this time sets up tight to the left side, the 6'6" tight end. Gardner, the running back, he's flanked to the left of Byron Dawkins out of the gun. Wanting to throw, Dawkins looks, throws left side, and the ball is caught. I think that was out of bounds. It was. No catch.
Incomplete, out of bounds, number 80,
Montre Lee was the intended target. That took the clock down to 1 second, so they do have time for one more play. It'll be third down and goal from the 15. Eagles got to believe they'll try to go for it on fourth down if they fail here going into the fourth quarter. Points have been in a premium at times today. 24-16 our score. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. And here comes Dawkins wanting to throw again. Looking, throws over the middle, and that one's nobody home. And now penalty flag thrown late. Looks like they might have run into Montre Lee, which give him an automatic first down, but we will complete. That is the end of the third quarter, unless it's going to be an untimed down coming up. Let's hold on just for a moment. Not had an indication.
Pass interference, number 2 on the defense. Ball placed on the 2-yard line, first and goal.
It'll go, ball be spotted at the 2. It was pass interference against Cale Tabler, so the Eagles will have a chance as we go to the fourth quarter. They trail it here at home 24-16 with a timeout down below. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice. And choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Sioka's Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sioka's does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Sioka's. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Well, you always wonder in games like this how critical, how pivotal will be certain plays of the game. Started out, we had that big passing play, 41-yard touchdown from Ferrer to Seth Coate that got the Cougars off and running to a 7-0 lead. Then they fell behind by 14 points, but came up with some great plays. The field goal by Nix from 21 yards.
Extended by 1 play because of the penalty.
Apparently, we were not at the end of the third quarter. That will create an untimed down coming up at the 2-yard line. So officially still in the third quarter. We'll keep things right here regardless. So everybody will make the long march back down to the north end zone. But continuing on, they had the interception. They picked 6, good for 60 yards by Spencer Coward. Followed then by a counter run of 42 yards by Justin Green for a touchdown, and the Cougars came from down 14-7 up 24-14, a lead of 10. But a bad snap on a 4th down punt ended up as a safety, and now the Eagles have got 1st and goal at the USF 2-yard line, or do they? Down marker still shows 3rd down. Don't think that's correct. Scoreboard shows 1st and goal from the 2. And here's Gardner running into the end zone. So it will be a touchdown. Officially a 2-yard touchdown run, untimed, down at the 0 mark by Gardner. With the pass interference call setting that up. And now the decision. 24-22 our score. Looks like they are going to go for 2. Trying to tie the game. Play clock has not yet started. So Dawkins trots back into the huddle, and they will try to tie the ball game. 24-22 is our score right now. Gardner is the running back, 2 wide to the right. And Dawkins with the snap, gives to Gardner again. This time he's met and dropped, did not get in. So big play. We just talked about critical, pivotal plays. That might have been one. Denied the 2-point try. And it will be a 24-22 lead for St. Francis now officially as we go to this third quarter. I want to remind everybody that Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric. Specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business. Be sure to call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. It's that simple, 260-357-0123. So the try for 2 is no good. Gardner gets in from 2 yards out, but the try for 2 fails. They went right back to him. And it'll be a 24-22 lead for St. Francis. Now again, you've got 15 minutes remaining in regulation. And question is, would Robert Morris be tempted to try to go onside here? Get possession of the football back. They'll kick away from their own 35. St. Francis has got, among others, Lee Stewart up there. They have 5 up at the line of scrimmage. And I believe Cam Smith is up there as well. So some of the sure hands folks. We'll give you a look at some of the three-quarter numbers. Here's a kick down the middle. Wynn catches that. And Appenzoller's got it. Appenzoller cuts to his right at the 20, spins across the 25. Wraps up at the 26-yard line. That's where St. Francis goes back to work offensively. Let's take a look at some of the numbers now. St. Francis, after 3 quarters, 256 yards of total offense, 188 through the air, 68 on the ground. 233 in total for RMU. They've got 131 through the air, 102 on the ground, so they've got the edge with the run game. Penalties, 5 for 62 against the Cougars, 7 for 55 against Robert Morris. Third downs, Cougars just 1 of 9 today. 5 of 16 are the Eagles. Here's Green running room up the middle again. Cuts up the middle. He blasts his way up across the 45. Justin Green putting on a show here today. And he lets everybody know he's got a first down. Big play. So St. Francis just on that one play. Very good field position now at their own 45-yard line. Running hard. Justin Green stays in as the running back. 2-point lead, tenuous lead for St. Francis. Trying to hold on, trying to add to it if they can. They'll give to Green again. Cuts it to his right. Trying to turn the corner. Angles and does turn the corner. And he's close to a first down. Boy, did they hit him out of bounds? You could hear perhaps the Cougar crowd. Well, they're applauding, but let's see where he did step out of bounds. And he has got a first down, I believe, and they will move the chains. So back-to-back impressive runs by Justin Green. Cam Smith in wide to the right side. Seth Coates wide to the left. Coates had a big day again. And here we go, another run up the middle this time, and that will be inside the 40 to about the 39. Justin Green with 3 straight runs, and the Cougars trying to tighten things up. That'll be a gain of about 5. Second down and 5 coming up. Kevin Donnelly in the pregame interview talked about, once you get the lead, then you want to shorten the game. You want to emphasize the run game, try to maintain possession. Of course, get points on the board if you can. They'll run the Green again. Starts to his right and still on his feet short of the first down. He'll pick up a couple of yards down inside the 39 to about the 38-yard line. So that'll bring up third down and still about 4. Long 3. Well, they move it back now. They move that ball back, noses the football inside the 34-yard line. Big call coming up right here. The Cougars have not done well on third downs today. Through 3 quarters, just 1 for 9. Ferrer from the right side hash mark. And he wants to throw. Looks, can't find anybody now. Dumps it off. Got a big catch. That's Cam Smith left side. Into the end zone. He goes. Touchdown by Cam Smith. Little crossing pattern. And that one is good for 39 yards and a touchdown as the Cougars will add their 2-point lead to lead it again by 8. Where they needed a long 3, and they get 39 yards. And that, you usually see the vertical throws to Cam Smith. That time they ran him on a drag pattern, short, and Ferrer. In fact, I don't think he was the first target, because Ferrer looked like he was pulling the ball down and scrambling a little bit, and then saw Cam Smith darting across the field. Time to score, 12:59. So the Cougars respond, and here's Nix now trying to add the extra point, and he does. And that'll make it a 2-score lead, 9-point lead at 31-22. We'll step out, we'll take a break. Cougars answer with a big score of their own. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the barbershop experience.
Okay, I'll just
St. Joe Center Barbershop,
continue to add spots as we need them here in the fourth quarter.
Sure thing, no problem.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Well, big plays today. Both sides of the ball for USF. Been in kind of just a slugfest today with Robert Morris. Game that has swung momentum both ways throughout this contest. Cougars got the edge early on. Robert Morris fought back to lead it by 7 points at halftime. Cougars with 17 straight. And then you see the Eagles come back, and they scored 8 straight points. But now a big play. Good for 39 yards and a touchdown. Cam Smith on the receiving end, and he ran a lot of that yardage on his own. Deep kick. Lee's got it inside the 10. Works the left, cuts back to his right side, and brings it. There's a penalty flag thrown. Lee brought it out across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. We have 12 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in regulation.
Block in the back, number 31. On the return team, 10-yard penalty. First down.
Eagles going to be whistled for a penalty. Phil Hassel is going to be called for the block in the back. That'll move them up back around their own 10-yard line. Wind was a factor at the start of the ball game. It is a factor now. Only thing is, it's a little bit cooler now. Let's see where they're going to spot that ball, right at about the 10-yard line. And so it'll be 1st and 10 at the Eagle 10.
The Eagles will start 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Cougars with some new numbers again. Jordan May comes in. Got to believe that Himmelgarden is out there as well defensively. And here's Dawkins, sets up at his own 3, wants to throw, drops to the goal line, throws near side as far as he can. He's got a man out there, and that ball's caught. And that's Lee, I believe, that brings out the midfield. Wilmer Cole did catch up to him, but Montre Lee, his best play of the day, is he's got it at the USF inside the 49-yard line. So 40 yards on the play. And they'll mark it at the 48, in fact. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And they're ready to go to work once again. Dawkins looks to hand it off, run to the right side. And that was slowed up first by Jalen McIntyre.
Thomas, the ball carrier for the Eagles. Tackled by
New number in there, that's Barrington Thomas. And he'll pick up a couple.
Second down for the Eagles.
Cole and McIntyre working on the near side for St. Francis defensively. Matt Muncy, Pearson Harnish still out there, one of the linebackers. Also that guy number 30, that's Spencer Cowards, had a big day. Did not play in the first half because of the ejection last week. Had a pick 6, good for 60 yards and a touchdown. Dawkins on 2nd down and 9. Now backs away. Play clock at 5 and 4 and 3. And they're repositioning the running back, and they won't get this play off. That penalty, delay of game, that's their 3rd delay of game today. So instead of 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd down and 14 with just over 12 minutes remaining in regulation. 31-22 our score. Tabler back deep. Jerome Holman out there. Holman, a bit of a surprise. Kevin Donnelly indicated they had hoped not to have to play him today. He was available. And we have seen him a lot today, and that might have been predicated. I believe Nishan Lewis might have been dinged up a little bit. Dawkins now, 2nd down and 14. Looks, play action fake, wants to throw, can't find anything. Throws deep on the middle, looking for Lee again, and the ball is intercepted and then dropped. Boy, Cale Tabler had great inside position against Lee, felled him with his right hand, did not draw the pass interference call, and had the best chance at the ball. But it drops incomplete, and now it'll be 3rd down and 14.
3rd and 14 for the Eagles.
Ball is sitting at, well, on the Eagles side of midfield at their own 48-yard line. And you kind of wonder, 2-possession lead, that let's see if they do not come up with the 1st down, they would have to reach the USF 38 on this snap. They might be tempted to go for it because they're going to need 2 scores. Now Robert Morse is going to take a timeout, and that's going to leave them with 1, I believe. We'll check that, but it's going to be 31-22, our score, with 11:33 remaining in this ball game in regulation. And we will step out, be back after this word. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Between classes and practice and parties and finals, it can be hard to stay on top of your finances. 3 Rivers is here to help. Whether you need some additional assistance with your student loans, could use a little help deciding what financial products best suit your needs, or simply want some advice on creating a budget, 3 Rivers is here for you. We help you to make sense of your money matters so you can feel confident in making smart financial choices now that will pay off later. Get connected and learn more at 3riversfcu.org.
Well, Jared Williamson trying to talk to his troops for the Eagles and trying to come up with at least a 14-yard play if he can find it. Right now, you wonder because the Eagles had success. Remember, we talked about it earlier with the screen passes, especially with Corey Rogers coming in, but we've not seen much of him in the second half. And that might be largely due that St. Francis really is adjusted to those screens. Dawkins sets up out of the shotgun formation. Gardner to his right for blocking purposes, though. Here's a throw near side, and that's incomplete. Now penalty flag. That's going to be Cole ran in to Tyler Warden. That's going to be pass interference.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
Yeah, that time got caught up. Wilmer Cole just lost track of where Warden was, so it'll be an automatic 1st down and new life for the Eagles. And still just about 11.5 minutes remaining. Now Cougars going to bring their first unit defensively back out there, so they'll mark that ball as a spot foul at the 37.
At the Cougars' 37-yard line.
First and 10. Lee split wide to the left side. Got Mallet in the slot to split inside of him. Offset eye to the right side of the formation by the Eagles. Dawkins having problems getting the play understood. Now he's got it. Wants to hand to Gardner. Gardner straight ahead, trying to bounce it out to the left side, and is spun around, reached the Cougar 35-yard line.
Raheem Gardner, the ball carrier for the Eagles.
So often you'll see that wall established where the play is designed to go, usually between guard and tackle, maybe just outside the tackle, where the running back is just stood up for a moment, but nobody's a hold of him, and he recognizes and just tries to break it out. That time Gardner did and gets a net pickup of a couple of yards. They'll work from the left side hash mark, second down and 8. Dawkins again, short drop, looks, wants to throw over the middle, throws it to the end zone. That's going to be no, it's a catch and a touchdown. Wow, that ball died and right in the hands of Montre Lee, and he's got a touchdown, good for 35 yards. So Dawkins, first time he's really gone long today into the end zone, and successful on the receiving end to Montre Lee. I thought that ball was well overthrown, and still 10:44 remaining in this ball game.
To attempt the point after touchdown under the hold of number 4.
So it's 31-28. And now Franklin, who is 15 of 15 on the year, coming into the ball game, and he's been perfect today. Again, it's a 2-point ball game, 31-29, with a long way to go in this. 10:44 still on the clock. Anybody's game. We'll be back. Cougar football, Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Spirion Staffing, locally owned by the Pfefferberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placement. Spirion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spirion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Lures Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you're seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spirion.com/FTWayne.
Well, we mentioned this has been a game of runs from that 14-7 halftime lead by Robert Morris. Cougars had 17 in a row on the board. They took a lead of down 7 to a lead of 24-14, but then a safety opened the doors, and it's been a run of 8 points by Robert Morris that got him back into 24-22. Ferrer to Cam Smith on a 39-yard touchdown pass. Gave them a lead of 9 points, 31-22, but now the Eagles have bounced right back on a Dawkins to Montre Lee touchdown. Good for 35 yards. And now here's a run right side on the kickoff return across the 30 out to the 32. Cody Appenzeller on the kickoff return. And the Cougars, their number one objective will be to try to pick up first downs. And again, shorten this game if they can. Very, very blustery, very, very chilly as the temperatures plummet. Started out in the low 60s. We're nowhere near that now, trust me. Justin Green has come back in as the running back. And Ferrer out of the pistol has got 2 wide to his left. Hands to Green. Green up the middle, spun around, and is not going to get much. It's only back to the line of scrimmage. So second down and 10 as the Eagles stiffen defensively. They'll mark that ball just short of the Cougar 34-yard line, just about, let's call it a gain of 1. Second down and a long 9. Clock will move inside of 10 minutes in all probability before this snap. Couple of new numbers in, wide to the right, 2 wide either side of the field for USF. Empty backfield now, 3 wide to the left. And Ferrer wants to throw, rush is coming, quick throw. He's got to catch a knee hit. Immediately that was Cam Smith right at his own 39-yard line. Well, that wind is getting even stronger. So they'll mark it just short of the 40. It'll be third down and a short 4. They've got to get to their own 47. Big play coming up with 9:30 remaining in this ball game. The Cougar lead is 2. Crowd coming alive. Here's Ferrer. Wants to throw again. Looks. Checks off. Throws over the middle. And that's a ball that was nearly intercepted. Cam Smith had it. Juggled it. It popped in the air. And then nearly a pick by Robert Morris. But now the Eagles will get a chance with still over 9 minutes remaining in this ball game. And Spitnill's got to be wondering. Remember last time he was back to punt the ball away. The ball sailed over his head. Needs a good delivery right now. Eagles will have 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. Spitnill waits at his own 25. A high snap, but got it this way. Nearly a block, but that one is going to hit out of bounds somewhere inside the 30-yard line. Let's see where they line it up. Moving upfield to about the 32 is where the Eagles will go back to work on offense. Now they hit a big play. Their last series offensively down the middle, good for a 35-yard touchdown. Dawkins to Montre Lee, and that will give them a lot of confidence, feeling that they can throw about anywhere now in this series. 9:13 remains to be played in regulation. 31-29. Can the Cougars hold on? Tabler and McIntyre are the two deep safeties. Deshaun Lewis back in there at one corner, and Jerrell Holman the other one. And Dawkins taking a look at that Cougar defense. Looks to hand the ball off. Here's Gardner off to the left side and pushing the pile forward for a couple of yards up to about the 35-yard line. Looks like he's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. They'll mark that ball just across the Eagle 35-yard line. So it's a gain of 4, second down and 6. Gardner, 216-pound sophomore, and the ability to keep the legs turning and move that pile. Too wide to the right for Dawkins. Dawkins now backs away, play clock at 12. He's been bitten a couple of times by game delays. Second down, Dawkins wants to throw, looks left side, has got a catch, stepping out of bounds, quick delivery to Michael Mallet on the far side. Short of the first down, up around the 39, maybe to the 40. It'll be third down and long 2. Clock inside, 8.5 minutes time remaining. Cougars trying to find a way, trying to find a stop. Now they've got Greer up on the wing to the right side. Dawkins again maneuvering around there, looking to hand to Gardner. Gardner running right side. He's got a first down and much more as he's into the Cougar side of midfield, down to about the 40. Let's see, they're going to say the knee hit back around the 47. So they move the chains as Gardner running hard off to his right side. Got a block. And first and 10 at the USF 46-yard line is where they set things up. The lead is a tenuous 2 for St. Francis. A field goal would give them the lead. Dawkins again, low snap, wants to throw, looks, steps up, looks, throws over the middle, here's the ball tipped away. Coming with help was Jerrell Holman, had his hands on the ball but could not corral it. Montre Lee was the intended receiver running the deep post. But Holman with a great play, read the quarterback's eyes, and saved the day at least for a moment. Second down and 10. And you knew with the success they had on the touchdown that they would try to come back sooner or later, going to Montre Lee down deep. Not heard much from, they'll run Gardner. Gardner looking for running room. Brings it to the USF 41. So they'll mark that ball. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards. Let's call it third down and a short 6. They've got to get to the St. Francis 36, but now I've got to feel that they're in 4 down yardage area with 7:30 remaining. Cougars trying to stand tall. They had a third down and a goal line stand last week at home that turned into a 2-play, 97-yard series for a touchdown. Right now their lead is 2. Dawkins out of the gun. Looking, wants to throw. Look, throws near side. That ball was picked and dropped. Boy, again, Pearson Harnish came flying to the football, had his hands on it. Incompletion will stop the clock with 7:06 to play. And it's 4th down and a short 6. They've got to get to the 36-yard line of St. Francis on this 4th down snap. The offensive unit stays out there for the Eagles. Cougar teammates on the sidelines jumping up and down, encouraging their defensive team on. Here we go. Big play right now. Mallet wide to the left side. 2 wide to the right. In the slot is Lee. Here's Dawkins winning the throw. Rushes on. He had to just throw that ball away. Boy, that was Lucas Sparks. No, it's Matt Muncie that came in there. So a 4th down stop as nobody put a glove on Muncie. And Dawkins had nothing but just simply had to release that ball and try to put it into no man's land. So the 4th down stop is made by St. Francis, but now they need to try to move the football. Eagles with 1 timeout remaining. St. Francis all 3 of theirs.
1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Cougars get it at the 41. And now it's the Eagles crowd clamoring for some defense. We'll check the Cougar running back. Eagles trying to stack up the middle. Here's Green trying to run to his right side and pulled down. And you will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 17, Justin Green, the ball carrier.
Justin Green's going to, let's see where they're going to mark that ball. Back on the Cougar side of the 40-yard line, so it'll be a loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11.
Well, they had an influence play before that worked so well where they put Appenzeller in motion one way, and then Green came back the opposite way on a counter run that went for a big touchdown run of 39 yards. Like to see something like that now. 2 wide to the left. Barrere out of the pistol, wants to throw, short drop, looking, throws over the middle, hard throw, that is caught at the 45. It'll be short of the 1st down stick. Clock is running with just over 6 minutes remaining. It'll bring up a 3rd down call, 3rd down and 6 for St. Francis, trying to reach just on the Eagle side of midfield to their 49-yard line. Not a lot of yards, but very tough to get in critical situations of the ball game. Seth Stewart, he's offset to the right side. In the offset eye, basically the wing back out there. And I believe they brought Aaron Harris back in. Here's a blitz coming. Here's Ferrer, looks, steps up the pocket. He can run, throws late, and he's got a drop ball. That would have been good for a 1st down. But that one, Boswell reached out to his left, could not find it. It'll bring up 4th down. Incomplete pass leaves 5:31 on the clock. St. Francis kind of thinking about things. They've still got the offensive unit out there. There was a penalty flag against St. Francis. That is declined. As Jared Williamson, head coach, says we need the football with 5:31 remaining. So Spitnell hoping for the kick of his life right now.
Number 80, Montre Lee.
Montre Lee has had some success here, especially on the receiving end. He's back in punt return, waiting back at his own 15-yard line. Spitnell waiting for the snap at the Cougar 32. Needs a good delivery. Low snap, but he's got it. Kick is away. Nice spiral kick. Montre Lee calls fair catch and makes it back around his 11. So 89 yards away are the Robert Morris University Eagles with 5:26 on the clock remaining. They have 1 1st down left as well, and they trail by 2 points, 31-29. A field goal might win it for them. But 89 yards away. Oh boy, they gave them a good spot on that ball. They're going to move it up to the 13, so they're 87 yards away. Cougars have got Tabler back deep along with Jalen McIntyre. Jarrell Holman drops back. And here's Dawkins, got a little motion right to left behind the line of scrimmage. They run Gardner. And Gardner stacked up initially, now comes away, and he's got some running room across the 30 out to the 31 to the 32-yard line. Again, the wall does not hold up Raheem Gardner for very long. He's able to break it out from the wall and cut to his left and pick up big yards. They'll mark him down at about the 34-yard line. Still a lot of time remaining. Cougars have got Drew Durnell in now at left defensive end. They've got Eric Hillegarn in, one defensive tackle. And it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Let's see if they go to Gardner once again, or will they try to put Dawkins in the air? They give it to, and then there was motion right at the snap. That's going to be a penalty. Procedure of the call against the Eagles. That'll back them up 5 yards with 4:51 remaining. It'll be 1st down and 1st and 15. That'll move the ball back just inside the 29-yard line. Boy, you'd give anything for some warm hot chocolate right now, just for your hands. Don't need to drink it, just want it to warm up the hands. Very, very cold. 1st and 15. Now they've got an offset eye to the left side. Play action fake. Dawkins wants to throws left side and's got a catch. And that was Mallet, I believe, who gathered in across the 40-yard line. It'll be short of the 1st down. We got a great spot up around the 43. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 2. Holman made the tackle, but improving field position now for the Eagles with just over 4 minutes remaining in this ball game in regulation. They work from the left side hash mark. They'll run the ball with Gardner off tackle to the left side. This time he's nailed back inside the 40. Gardner knocked down. He's going to lose some big yards. Back around they're going to move it back to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Greer will check into the ball game, bringing the play in. Jim Reddick comes in. And obviously now with 3:36 remaining, they've got to go for it regardless on 3rd down, trying to reach their own 44-yard line. Ball's at the 40. Empty backfield, 3 wide. Now motion from right to left behind the line of scrimmage. Dawkins, quick release, looking, and he's got is an interception? We'll wait for the indication. Cougars have got it. They've got it. And I believe it was McIntyre that came up with the ball. Maybe Lewis. Pearson Harnish is credited with the interception. So Harnish comes up with the pick. And USF will take over the football. With 3:17 remaining, they'll have it at about the 43-yard line of Robert Morris. So Pearson Harnish just stepped in front of the would-be receiver for the Eagles. And the Cougars now trying to run out the clock and protect this 2-point lead in the late going. They have 3 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Here's Ferrer. And he'll hand the ball off. Here's Justin Green back in there to run the ball. Now check it, it's Tyrone Young. Run straight ahead carry, Young straight ahead carry to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up about 4 yards. And he'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Clock big factor. Now moves inside of 3 minutes, time remaining in this ball game. St. Francis under 3 minutes away from staying perfect, trying to run to 8-0. Lindsey Wilson, ranked number 1, has already lost earlier today to Reinhardt. Appenzeller in wide to the left side. He'll be joined by Seth Coate. Got to believe that the Cougars going to try to run this ball and keep it on the ground and keep the clock moving. And here's a stretch handoff, and there's Young and tripped up to the knee hit. Whistles blew. They're going to lose yardage back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a great knifing play defensively in there. Trying to catch the number for the Eagles. One of the guys up front, that was Ben Black, I believe, that knifed through there. So they're going to take a timeout. 31-29 is our score. The final timeout being used by Robert Morris. They have none left. They'll have 2:24 on the clock when we resume. We'll step out for this quick word. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire.
This game is going on forever.
A family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Arlington Heights, Illinois, I'm Joe Parson. Nail-biting time, once again, 2:24 on the clock. It's third down for St. Francis. Trying to keep the possession of the football. They've got third down and 12, third down and 11 at the 44-yard line of Robert Morris. Their lead is a tenuous 2 points. Ferrer, will he try to put the ball in the air? He will. Rush is coming, looks, throws the left side. That one's underthrown. Cody Appenzeller and Seth Coate were both in the vicinity, so 2:20 on the clock now. And Spitnail gets a handshake from Alex Woods as he'll be trying to bury him back deep once again and make them have to go the length of the field or thereabouts with probably just only about 2 minutes remaining and no timeouts left. Montre Lee is back waiting at his own 11-yard line. Spitnail from his own 42, low snap, got the kick away. Nice high hanging kick, and Montre Lee takes a high bounce, and that will be down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. So St. Francis, Spitnail had that turnover nicely. It'll be 1st and 10, and Robert Morris, the good news, they'll have a chance. They'll have the ball with 2:10 on the clock. The bad news, they'll have it at their own 4-yard line. They've got to go 96 yards with no timeouts here in the late going. Well, you know they'll put it in the air, and Montre Lee has been the deep threat. Tyler Warden has been the mid-range threat at 6'6". Cougars not dropping really the safeties back all that far. At the end of the end zone, Dawkins wants to throw the quick out and wide and incomplete. In fact, Jarrell Holman dove for that ball at the 19, had a chance at it, but it was dying quickly, falls incomplete. So 2nd down and 10 from the 4-yard line. 31-29 Cougars hanging on by their fingertips here. Pearson Harnish with a key interception earlier, stopped a would-be drive. Now it's 2nd down and 10, too wide to the right. Dabler and McIntyre, I believe it is, drop deep. Here's Dawkins, and looking, throws the out pattern near side, and that one is picked off. Nishan Lewis and a pick 6 coming up. He's got the return of 5 yards and a touchdown, and that's the icing on the cake at the 2:01 mark. That ball, the out pass on the near side, was dying with the wind, and Lewis, back-to-back interceptions by St. Francis with their defense, and Nishan Lewis with a pick 6 at the 2:01 mark to add points on the board. 37-29, the lead is 8. Call it a 10-yard interception return. And were the Cougars short a man? They were. The play clock has not yet started, so they've got time. Now, right now it's an 8-point lead, so there's still some drama here. Knicks can make it a 2-possession lead if it can convert on this extra point attempt. 37-29. Waiting for the snap. Jarzab is the holder. Right-footed kick is on the way. Looks good and is good. Big conversion, 38-29. The lead is 9 with 2:01 yet remaining, and we'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about.
Well, but Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, I'll come back and I'll recap the score best I can, and then we're out of here.
Sounds good, Joe.
Oh, I'm freezing.
Love it. Or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
Well, the Cougar defense standing tall here this afternoon on this very chilly, blustery afternoon. In this fourth quarter down the stretch, they had a fourth down stop, had an interception and a drive in the making by the Eagles. Harnish picked them off at the Robert Morris 43. Really didn't get points on that, but then a fine punt by Spitnail, deadening it at the 4-yard line, and that sets up the Nashawn Lewis interception, good for 10 yards on the pick six return. 38-29 here with just 2:01 remaining. And here comes Nix to kick the ball away. Hits it end over end, far side, and that'll be fielded inside the 15. And they've got a double pass coming up near side. Little trickery. Here's Lee Stewart. We can't make the tackle still. They've got the return up across the 45 all the way to the 48-yard line. So, pass which becomes a lateral, and a good return on that run after the catch all the way up to the Robert Morris 49-yard line. And so they're 51 yards away, but now a minute 50 remains in the ball game and no timeouts for Robert Morris. Tony Lazick, our official, is he going to make a call or what? Not sure what all that was about. He was looking at the Robert Morris bench very intently. But now the Eagles hurry up to the line of scrimmage. 1:50 remaining. They're down at home by 9. Coward shows blitz, defensive right side, now box off. Here's Dawkins throws, and the ball is caught at the Cougar 34-yard line. They'll have a gain down inside the 32 to the 31. Nice catch made that time. New number in there and making that catch.
Number 5, Jalen McIntyre. Number 9, Pearson Harnish.
Check that for you very quickly.
Eagles, first down.
That was Anthony Burgos with the catch. Hurry up offense again. And here is Dawkins. Penalty flag is thrown. That's incomplete near side. Burgos the intended receiver. And let's see if it's going to be a holding call or something of that variety against the Eagles. A couple of their players a little late, slow getting up. Andrew Brackenberry. Down to 91 seconds remaining. Couple penalty flags. There's a far one on the far side at the 32. And we'll wait and see what Tony Lazick, the referee, is going to let us. Apparently some options for the Cougars. Talking things over. Procedure was the call.
Formation, 5 in the backfield on offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That'll move the ball back to the St. Francis 37-yard line. 1:31 on the clock. Bunch line up to the near side. Tight trips package, one wide to the left. Dawkins out of the shotgun formation. Short drop, two-step, looks, rushes on, being pursued, and they've got him for a sack. Back around the 43-yard line. Lucas Sparks, was it? Clock is running, 1:15, so the loss will move them back to the 44-yard line of St. Francis. Trying to get set, Dawkins with 1:06 on the clock. Takes the snap, wants to throw again. Looking, throws, and that one's incomplete. Looking for Tyler Warden, but the ball skipped in short. Well defended, Spencer Coward was in on the vicinity.
The pass was defended by number 30, Spencer Coward.
It'll be third down and 22 of the ball at the St. Francis 44-yard line. 1:01 remaining. Cougars lead it by 9, 38-29. Now they're going to split Tyler Warden out wide left. Cougars come up and press coverage. I believe it's Holman out there. Dawkins looking left. Looks, throws over the middle and got a catch on a hook and lateral play. That's Lee. Lee runs out of bounds at the USF 27-yard line.
Pass complete to number 9, Tyler Warden.
Warden caught the ball, lateraled it to Montre Lee. So the more little trickery executed by the Eagles, and they're on the move with just 54 seconds remaining. They'll mark that ball. They did not get the first down, though. It's 4th down and 4. They're going to try for a field goal here. This would be
number 99,
a 43-yard field goal attempt.
Under the hold of number 4, Jim Reddick.
Franklin's got a 43-yarder, so this would equal his best this year. Wind a factor. Waiting for the snap now. What do we have? Cougars going to take a timeout. St. Francis will take a timeout with 54 seconds remaining. And you got to be prepared for a fake. The field goal, if made, would make it 38-32. It would make it a 6-point ball game. And then they would go onside. But again, the wind, big factor here today. Let's look at Franklin at some of his field goal. Inside of 30 yards, he's 3 for 3. He's not missed this year. He's a perfect 6 for 6. Inside of 40 yards, 30 to 39 yards, 2 for 2. And 40 to 49 yards, he's 1 for 1 with a long of 43, and that's what he'd be looking at right now on this attempted field goal. A guy that's done everything they've asked for him. He hit 2 for 2 on field goals last week in their victory over Trinity International. But now trying to get it down to a single score difference. This will be from the left side hash mark, 43 yards on the field goal attempt. Waiting for the snap and barring the fake. Here's the snap. Right-footed kick is on the way. It's long enough, but it looks like it's hooking well left, and it's no good. So the Cougars will take over. It's wide left, and that'll keep it 38-29.
Francis Cougars 38, your Army Eagles 29.
So the Eagles without a timeout now, and St. Francis just needs to take a couple of snaps, and this one will go into the books, but a hard-fought, come-from-behind win it will be. Cougars still with the offensive unit on the sidelines, and officials have not marked the ball ready for play. Now the Cougars offense comes onto the field, and they're going to assume the victory formation right away. And they just need to take 2 snaps, and this game will be over. There's the knee. And that's Brad Jarzab now in there at quarterback. So takes the knee, takes the loss. Clock runs. And they're going to have to run at least one more play, and this one will be over. Right now, 38-29. Lindsey Wilson, number 1 ranked team, has lost. You would expect they'd still be in the top 10, but we'll see how the rest of the top 10 will fare. And St. Francis at number 7, a potential chance to move up in the rankings. Right pending this final snap, and that is going to do it. So we're down to the final 13 seconds, and the Cougars get second straight year they've come in to Arlington Heights and won a ball game against a very, very good Robert Morris team a year ago on October the 25th it was. They came in here and knocked off the Eagles 38-20. And here today they come up with 38 points again on the scoreboard, and they beat the 9th-ranked Eagles 38-29. We'll take a final timeout. We'll come back and recap this one very quickly. Very chilly here at Arlington Heights, but a win for the Cougars, who stay undefeated and now are 8-0 with a week off coming up. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, WRDF 106.3 FM. Okay, buddy, I will not be long.
Let's face it. The convenience of being able to do your banking on your schedule? With Ford Financial Credit Union, you can. Saturday and even Sunday hours are offered at all 3 Fort Wayne Minor Store branches. Online bill pay and mobile banking are available 24/7. And there's even more convenience with our branch locations on Spring Street and DuPont Road. Right now, Ford Financial is offering auto loans with annual percentage rates as low as 2.49%. And you may be eligible to defer your first payment for up to 90 days. Stop by any of their area branches to find out more.
Well, my
Ford Financial Credit Union, my future, my family, my Ford.
I caught it.
Ford Financial is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
With analysis of the game, what went right and what needs some work. Let's go back to the stadium with that voice of the Cougars, Joe Parson, and the Redeemer Radio sports team.
Well, what can you say? What a ball game here today as St. Francis toughs it out. They had some great calls, a lot of creativity offensively. They fought back. They had the lead early, 7-0, then fell behind at halftime, 14-7. Want to pick up the scoring after the end of halftime because the Cougars came in to start the second half. They would have the ball to begin play at the start of the third quarter, and they were focused. They executed, ended up getting a 21-yard from a field goal from Ryan Nix to cut a 14-7 lead down to 14-10. So they were back within 4 points, and then Spencer Coward with one of the big plays. They had 3 interceptions on the day. The first one by Coward, good for 60 yards and a pick six at the 8-10 mark of the third quarter. Gave them the lead back at 17-14, a lead of 3 points. Then a really nifty play call by Kevin Donnelly and Patrick Donnelly as they had an influence play with motion by Cody Appenzeller one way behind the line of scrimmage. Then a counter run coming the opposite way with Justin Green. He scampered 42 yards. It was a one-play touchdown after they got the ball back, and it boosted the lead out to 10 points at 24-14. Cougars home free? Not by a chance. Bad snap over the head of Spitnail would end up as a safety. So points on the board with 4:12 remaining in the third quarter, and the 10-point lead was down to 8 at 24-16. Then a tough pass interference call against Cale Tabler gave possession at the 2-yard line. It was going to be an untimed down at the end of the third quarter, and Raheem Gardner from 2 yards out with no time remaining officially. They try for 2 points, though. Again, another key pivotal turnaround as St. Francis stopped that try for 2 points, and after 3 quarters, their lead would still be 24-22. Big play, Cam Smith on a drag pattern and a checkoff play as Ferrer could not find the deep receiver that he was looking for. Checked off, pulled the ball down, then flanked a little bit, flushed to his left side, hit a breaking Cam Smith coming across the line of scrimmage and legged it out into the end zone. 39 yards on the pass play touchdown combination at the 12:59 mark. Nix hit the extra point to make it 31-22. But it would be the Eagles responding with a big play. Down the middle, 35-yard touchdown toss. Dawkins to Montre Lee at the 10:44 mark. Good for 35 yards. Touchdown. The extra point by Franklin was good. Again, we're looking at a 2-point ball game. Still a lot of time on the clock. It was 31-29. Cougars stopped them on 4th down, took over at the 44, couldn't do anything with it. Harnish intercepted as it was the Eagles on a move as they had the ball. But the Cougars would take over at the 43. Couldn't do anything again offensively with it, but a great punt by Spitnail. Deadened the ball inside the 5 at the 4. And a quick pass by Dawkins, trying to throw to his right side. That was dying and picked off by Deshaun Lewis, returned into the end zone at the 2:01 mark. And that would be the final score in the ball game. 38-29 the final score. They missed a late 43-yard field goal attempt by Franklin. And the game ends with this Cougar victory at 38-29. With the win, the Cougars stay perfect on the year as they are undefeated now at 8-0 on the year. This is not a league game, so St. Francis still 5-0 in the Mid-East League. As far as Robert Morris, they dropped their second game of the year. Both losses have come on this home field as they lost in September 24-14 to USF Illinois. Another USF team, this one from Indiana, beats them here today at home at 38-29. Eagles are 5-2, still remain 2-1 in the Midwest League. As we mentioned, the Cougars are idle next Saturday. Next game will be back home on November the 7th against College of Faith at 12 noon. As far as the Eagles, they're downstate next Saturday against Lindenwood Belleville. So all's well that ends well. Cold doesn't seem to be as much of a factor as it was earlier. All's well for the Cougars. They win at 38-29. They're 8-0 and headed home with a week off to recuperate. Special thanks to our studio producer. His name was Robert Scora. My name's Joe Parson. Till 2 weeks from today in Fort Wayne. So long, everybody, and thanks so very much for listening.
Nashawn, congratulations. Big win today. Tell us about that interception.
I just was like, man, if he throws it, I'm just going to break on the ball and grab it. He threw it, and it was just the luck of the draw, and I was so happy to do it for my team. I was kind of upset that I couldn't play with them. I had a little head injury. I was begging the trainers to let me go in, and they did. And I was just so happy to be a part of this win with our team. I don't know, it's just amazing, man.
Your eyes had to get huge when they threw it out your way.
Yeah, it was money. It was payday right there. That's all I was thinking. It was payday, and I was so close to the end zone, I had to score. So it was just a great win overall.
Talk about the tenacity this team had to have to come back and win this ball game.
Man, relentless. We just knew that we were the better team, and we just knew that we had to come out here and show them that. And we just knew it was going to be a dogfight. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy, and we never took anything for granted. So I was just so glad that our team stuck in there the whole time, and big plays happened the whole game. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Thanks a lot. Save the best for us. You had lots of energy coming in the second half, huh?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to make an impact. You know, it hurt not being able to play that first half, but you know we got the win. That's all that matters. So you know my team showed up in the first half, came in the second half and helped them out a little bit. So we got the win.
Tell us about the interception. What do you see and how that went?
Well, I don't know what happened, man. It's like God is just blessing me so much, man. I go drop out to the zone and I just see the ball and it's just right in my hands. It's like a blessing straight from heaven, man. And you know, the rest is history.
Did you know you had the touchdown then once you took off, or?
Oh no, I thought somebody was right on my heels. I was sprinting for my life, man. So I'm looking around to see if anybody's by me, and the next thing you know, I'm in the end zone. So it was great. It was great.
That was a huge pickup for the team at that point.
Yeah, it was. I feel like I gave the team a spark, man. I was happy to do it, man. So it's a lot of players that, you know, made big plays today, man, and we love it all, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations, Spencer.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Cam Smith. Tell us about your touchdown catch and run there, Cam. Big play.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever ran that fast, but it came in a crucial moment. We needed a big play out of somebody. I'm glad the line stayed intact to give Nick such a long time to throw, and that really opened it up late there. And you know, it had some great downfield blocks, and you know everything just worked out there.
What's that like, you know, to go that far and you're thinking somebody's going to get me, and then they don't?
Yeah, the whole time there, I was just running, and I was kind of trying to plan what I was going to do, seeing where they were at, and I was like, okay, I might be able to get it down there close enough. I might have to dive, but you know, as I got closer, they got further away, so it worked out.
Talk about the huge win for the Cougars today.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest win of the season so far, just because it's a top-ranked opponent. That really puts us in a good seat going forward, putting us in a great spot moving forward to get into the playoffs and get some good seeding where we could possibly have home field advantage throughout the whole thing. So that was big for us. You know, they were a great team. Weather was a little bit of a factor today, but you know, I think we proved ourselves well.
Especially when you consider the number one team lost today, Lindsey Wilson.
That's a big help. You know, we'll take that whenever teams are willing to give us that. But you know, we'll see where we end up in the polls. We're just taking this one game at a time. We got an off week next week to heal up, and you know, we're just gonna keep this thing rolling.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations, Cam. All right, we're with Cougar quarterback Nick Ferrer. Big game for you today, Nick. Big game for your receivers. Big game for defense. A big game.
Yeah, defense definitely picked us up today. Had a great game. 14 points off of pick sixes isn't too bad. So it helps us out. And when we were down, they picked us up. So just a great team win. You know, some stuff we have to polish up from a skill position point, but you know we needed to make plays, and we made them at times. So.
Talk about the big pass to Cam Smith and the run he made afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a shallow route. I believe it was third or fourth down. It was conversion, and you know, just a play designed to pick up a couple and you know move the chains. And saw him open up late and gave the ball to him. He did the rest. So great play.
What are you thinking, and what's going through your mind after you throw the pass and you see him going? What are you thinking there?
Yes, go, keep going, score. Yeah,
gotta be a great feeling.
Yeah. Just my job is to get the ball in the hands of those guys, and I mean they're playmakers. Cam's done this whole career, so. But yeah, they're playmakers, and my job is just to be a distributor and get them the ball, and you know they do the rest. So.
Yep. Did you know number one, Lindsey Wilson, got beat today?
Somebody just told me that. Yeah, somebody threw Reinhardt.
Right?
Yeah,
42-24.
So yeah. I mean, it's we're gonna see what happens. I think these are the two best teams. There are some rankings that had us 1 and Robert Morris 2, and they're a good football team. You know, but we'll see how things shake out, and you know, it doesn't really matter rankings when you get in the playoffs. So.
Any adjustments in the second half? Anything you guys did at halftime? Because obviously we were down, and talk about the halftime and coming out.
Yeah, we just need to relax, play our game, do the things that we do well. We got some protection issues ironed out. We got some issues as far as what we do in the passing game ironed out, and we were able to come out and run the ball effectively too. They were playing very back, very passive, trying to stop our passing game. So we had to run the ball, and we got a good mix of run and pass, and opened up some plays down the field. So just we had to relax, kind of take a step back, see what we need to do, regather ourselves, and go. We knew this was we dedicated 30 minutes of hard football to Coach D, and that's what we promised him. He challenged us. So.
Well, it was an excellent 30 minutes, Nick. Congratulations. Thanks a lot.